Miria your favorite character in FF7?
No, I hate her. She's... if you're going to make original characters, they better stand up to the characters that were already made. Please.
So you're saying she's not as good as Barrett Wallace?
No.
Hot take here.
I like Barrett.
I like Barrett a lot.
Barrett is our favorite.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hair of the Dogcast.
Fuck yeah.
Favorite dogcast about beer and video games and beer and Final Fantasy VII hats, apparently, because Brad just got one.
Mm-hmm. Not by choice, but thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, you were like hat molested.
I used to think it was weird my dad had a wall of like 30 hats, but I kind of get it now. It's fun to mix it up.
Are you just going to do that now?
It does happen.
At some point.
For me, it happened in my late 20s where I just, I got really into hats, and then I had a bunch of hats.
We can now have
sudden.
Dogcast snapback hats.
Just sign me up.
They're available on TeePublic. I just got to make it available.
Yeah.
Yep. And we could do an Eldon Dogs or Raw Dogs or
sure.
Doggies After Dark.
Yeah,
That's
awesome. I'm down. All of them.
Grenade Man hats. Grenade Man is our most popular. What's up, Tyler?
Not a whole lot. Sign of my old age. I hurt my back getting out of my car walking into a bar last night.
Wow.
You were that desperate to get in there.
I was very excited.
Okay.
I got out of the car too quick, and now my lower back hurts.
What's so special about this bar?
Nothing. Not a single damn thing.
Oh, you don't want any?
I'm having my own.
What do we got?
I'm pouring from Indeed Brewing the 530 IPA.
Oh.
Ooh, Indeed?
Tropical Florical Citrus, 6.2%. It doesn't have a description for any of the hops or anything on here. It's an IPA. It's pouring like a West Coast. It doesn't look hazy, so...
It doesn't smell hazy.
Did you get this in Minnesota?
No, I actually got this here. I'm unemployed right now.
Oh.
I start at the IBW union on Tuesday, so my last day with Brighter Connection was Friday. So Thursday night, my boss, my old boss...
You're barely unemployed.
Not really, but it's fun to say. But my old boss took me out. He's like, we're going to drink as much as you want tonight, and I'll buy it all. I was like, okay. So
you did.
And then he got me to-go beer as well.
What a guy.
What a guy. So yes, it's an IPA.
Yeah, so he's hiring. But
yeah.
You could become an electrician.
You know what?
Get ready for a pay cut for the first 6 months, and then you're going to start drowning.
Oh, I'll just sell my body.
Yeah?
In more ways than one.
He'll do anything. Check us out on patreon.com/hairofthedogcast for the Tyler BJ tier.
We have a very special tier. Wait, you weren't supposed to give it away. It's called the Tyler Special tier.
No, it's the big job where you arm wrestle people.
That's what I thought. Yep.
With their dicks.
A dick wrestle.
We're off to a good start. This is the Dogcast 149.
Ooh.
149?
Yep.
150's next.
I know. We're going to have to see if we can get the elders together.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think we can get him out of the home for a couple hours.
I've seen Tom twice in 2 weeks.
That is weird.
In the wild.
Did you kiss him?
It was at an old person's gathering.
Oh, why were you there?
I ran into him at a...
People got confused.
Court ordered volunteer time.
I ran into
Ever
him
since
at
Tyler
a
got
festival.
this man bun, he's been doing way more crimes.
And a lot more yoga.
You look like you could fix an aquarium right now.
I know. I'm wearing
That's awesome.
an underwater shirt. It's got an underwater print on it. But I did shave off the beard, and I rocked just the goatee for a little bit, and then I threw my hair up in a man bun, and everybody at work called me a yogi. So it looks like I do hot yoga.
Can I roast you for a minute?
Go for it.
You look like the guy who rents out the boogie boards but doesn't know how to boogie board.
Dude, that guy's got the best job.
He's like, surf's up, guys.
Mahalo, right?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I never touched this stuff.
I sprained my back last year.
Full disclosure, guys, I don't know how to swim. That's why I never fall off the board. Yeah, so we jump into the little bit of news that we got.
Mm-hmm. Not a ton.
Not a ton of news.
We did just do a Dogcast like 2.5, 3 weeks ago because of the timing of a few things. So there's less news, but a lot of trailers.
Yes. So we'll just start with Black Myth Wukong. Has anybody here besides me been playing it?
I have been. when I can.
So Black Myth Wukong has taken the gaming world by storm and has already sold over 10 million copies. It is one of the fastest selling games of all time, surpassing both Elden Ring and Hogwarts Legacy, which is super impressive.
May I tell you why, though? It's called China.
Yes.
China.
It's all China.
It's
Well, it's not just China.
No,
it's,
I know.
It's the everything and on top of that China.
People were giving, like, Chinese companies were giving people a day off to play it.
Now that's some shit. Could
Did
you
you
imagine?
hear that?
If like when Halo 3 came out in 2007, they're like, we understand, no class today, no work.
Honestly, they do that for Dragon Quest games in Japan.
But America's not cool enough.
No,
We don't get the days off to go vote.
that's true.
That's how patriotic our country is.
I find time to vote and then go to work, but I have called off work to play a game before several times.
I have done it. Yeah,
This is a dank beer. I'm liking it.
good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
The success of Wukong has helped bring in a new record for the most concurrent players on Steam ever, with a staggering number of 37 million players. It has the second most concurrently played game in Steam history, with 2.415 million players at the same time. Only game higher is PUBG. So this is the most concurrently played single player game of all time.
Oh,
and I
PUBG
believe
was
it's got to be the biggest Chinese release.
Yes,
I couldn't speak to that.
I think
unless you're talking like maybe Genshin.
I mean, we can go to our Chinese correspondent, Dylan. How's it going over there in China?
I'm not allowed to say anything bad about the government.
There are no
so-
Winnie the Poohs here.
No, this baffles me a little bit. We can talk about it in like the what we've been playing segment.
We're talking about Black Myth
go for it.
Wukong. I say go for it.
what chapter are you in?
Oh my god, 3.
The snow?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
It's good.
It is.
It's
very fun.
It's extremely serviceable. I did find that after I kept going with it, I enjoyed it more. Once you unlock more spells and abilities.
It is kind of a slow roll. I have peaks and valleys with it where I'm like super into it, and then it gets a little repetitive, and then I put it down for a day or two, and then I come back to it and I play for like 9 hours.
Well, I did face like my first like little roadblock, which is the guy who
Little
uses-
Roadblock sounds like a really cute video game, by the way, too.
pretty good. The guy who has the spear and then transforms into the part snake.
Oh yeah.
I just hate. I was like, oh, this guy, he's just a little too easy, and I'm like, he's gonna have a second phase. Fucking Souls likes.
Yep.
Like I was just like fucking, and I knew it too. I'm like, he kind of looks like a snake. He's gonna transform into a snake. It's like, all right,
From what I've seen, reviews are generally pretty good.
pretty positive.
I think
There are dissenters.
from what I've gathered, if this game came out 5-6 years ago, it would have been groundbreaking
Yes.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just there's nothing that it's doing
No.
that is new. It's just doing a lot of things pretty well.
It's like a Souls-like meets 2018 God of War is what I kind of get the vibe of it.
I put it more in the category of like a Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I could see that too.
The design of the world and the characters looks cool.
The lack of a map pisses me off immensely.
Bad.
Okay.
1000%.
Bad.
Generally, I'm into that kind of thing.
No, not this time.
When all the environments kind of look samey.
Yeah.
And there's
okay.
a lot of parts of the map where it's like, can I jump up that? No, you can't. And then I get turned around.
And there's
I'm
also
like,
why can't you? Because
it looks like you
it
can.
looks like it can extend. I think the creation of artificial barriers is a secret art in video games.
And this one does not execute it very well.
I don't like when they say the world ends here, turn back. I'm like, what are your actual barriers? Can you just give me like I don't care if it breaks immersion. Just show me like a line.
If you
can't
get
cross.
within 10 feet, like a shimmery wall happens or something.
Yeah.
Go back.
Because there's some areas.
Red Dead Redemption 2 does it. Like the Horizon games do it all the time, and I'm just like, why even offer me the ability to go over here?
The illusion of a big world.
I mean, it is a big world.
It is frustrating though, because there are secret areas in the chapters that you can find.
Yeah.
And some of them are more difficult than the others. But there's also certain areas of each chapter that are kind of open a little bit. It's like a big oval, and you get to go around and explore, and it might go down or up or sideways. And then you get
bosses
to
all around.
Yeah, and then you get to another area that looks similar, but you are on a straight path. Even though it looks like you could be able to go left or right at this one fork, it's invisible barriers.
I don't like that.
No, it's that and the lack of map piss me off because it makes navigation really annoying.
I'm good at navigating in games without a map, but even this one, a lot of it is like very repetitive enemy placement. There's not a lot of creativity in terms of that. Like there's like the forest with like the skeleton like lizard people. And I kept going like, well, what the fuck? And like I'm luring them out and I'm fighting them and I'm enjoying myself just fine, especially after you unlock the first few like actual like staff techniques and combo boosts.
I'm a pillar stance guy.
You like the
I love
stance?
me the pillar stance.
The pillar stance. It does basically make you a little invincible.
Yeah, for bosses it is just mandatory.
Yeah, it is.
So how far do you feel like you're in the game? You said chapter 3. Like, do you think there'd be 10 chapters?
Depending on how many relics, well, we know how many relics there are. I should be almost halfway.
And what number rating would you give your experience so far?
So far, I'd give it a solid 8.
Okay.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. The combat is very frustrating at first because of the way that the 4th and 5th attack animation happens when you do the spin.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much.
No. I wish you could cancel and then
go straight into 5 and come down with the hammer.
Yep.
Because if you get into button mashing, you're not going to have a good time. But when you learn the dodging and get into like, all right, this is what their attacks look like, and I can evade them, yada yada yada.
More so than a Souls game in general, you really have to pay attention to your stamina, and it almost makes me wish that the stamina bar was closer to the character, so that I could actually monitor it properly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because if it's next to the character, then I could actually figure that out. Whereas in like Dark Souls, eventually I kind of knew how much I could take. With this, sprinting costs stamina, makes sense, but every attack costs a certain amount of stamina, and the larger attacks drain the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of, there are situations where you could be like completely fucked because it does seem like it's not draining in a very like proper way. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would swinging the staff mean as much as sprinting?
Yeah.
So what did you say your number?
My number's 7.
Okay.
I'll give it a 7, and it's a gentleman's 7. The fact that I'm bored with this type of thing,
is you're underwhelmed because the response is so big and it's not as good as people seem to be saying it is.
well, but that's like the truth. But also, I'm giving it higher than what I would personally rank it because if I'm being honest, I'm just tired of these things.
Yep.
So, but if I were to be completely honest with what it is as a video game, it's a 7 out of 10, which is good. That's a good rating, and people who think that isn't they're just being stupid. So,
mine went up definitely because of the story beat that I just hit.
yeah, some of the story
in
stuff
chapter
is
3,
pretty
it sucked me right
you
back
got to
in.
fuck a monkey?
No.
You're
You're going to be real disappointed, Brad.
You're going to be very disappointed. Not a lot of fucking in this game. I know.
No, but I like all the fun.
Can I give it a 5 out of 10 without playing it?
Yeah, sure.
I do like all the fun character designs with like animals like looking like humans.
Yeah.
It's super fun. Like when you
I
meet
like that it's based off the mythology.
when you meet the potion guy who makes you medicines,
he's
and he's
cool.
like the wolf guy, and he's all weird and creepy.
There's a couple of other big video games though.
Yeah, like Star Wars Outlaws.
This just came out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or
reviews.
no, and actually I think it comes out after we record, but
No, it's already out.
It's out
Yeah,
now.
It's
okay.
right now. It came out on Tuesday.
Okay.
I've seen very mixed reviews about this game.
What I'm seeing is it's very much an EA game.
What the hell did I say about this thing? I'm like, it's gonna get kind of middling reviews, if only for the fact that it's another Ubisoft game.
I think the fact that it's getting as good a reviews as it does is because IGN and whatever these video game, like the big websites, always give nice, like solid reviews even for bad games. And from the footage I've seen, it looks fairly broken and boring.
Yeah,
I'm completely bored. I look at the cover to this game every time I go into the PlayStation store, and I go, "Huh, all right."
I saw some battle with some AI stormtroopers, and they're just like standing around and like in the open and missing you, and it just looks.
yeah. That video you sent me was hilarious.
It's bad.
I saw somebody, he's like a streamer, and I forget his name, but he always does this thing like, this game has exactly 60 minutes to impress me. If not, then I'm deleting it. And he said he was not impressed by the 60 minutes that he played. So the first hour of the game, he was not impressed, but he liked it enough to want to play more.
That's a good standard. Like, if you don't get me in 60 minutes, then something's wrong with your tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Often I will consult, like, especially like Steam reviews, because you can tell who's an idiot and who isn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes these things can get bombed no matter what. And especially, like, it's funny, there was a whole controversy about the actress who ends up playing this character. I don't know her name. And
did she say something normal, like Free Palestine?
Well, it's weird because they made her like look more like ethnic than how she looks in real life.
Oh, really?
But people were saying that this fictional woman was ugly because it didn't match like the actress. And I said, now wait a minute. First of all,
have you seen
both of them are beautiful. Like, I was like, yeah, they're both hot. What's the issue here? They're just like, well, it doesn't look like her. Like, I'm like, this kind of nerdy basement dwelling, like, I need like this level of attraction from a woman when you're using the same sock you come in to blow your nose.
I thought we were here to play video games.
I don't care about how hot my female character is.
Aloy is not hot enough.
Aloy is actually hot, though.
Yeah, just because she's a badass hardcore survivor and like super resilient, but
no, she's just legitimately hot.
She doesn't wear like a lot of bikinis.
Yeah, what's up with that?
And she's got like white girl dreads. Oh,
appropriation canceled.
Yeah, I don't understand why you need your main character to be somebody you find physically attractive in order to enjoy the game. That doesn't make any sense. It's never made any sense. And who gives a fuck if it doesn't look like the actor? Has anybody watched The Penguin with Colin Farrell? That's a beautiful man, and he looks like a turd.
Why are they letting pretty people do ugly people roles?
That's appropriation.
I think so.
I'm personally offended.
Dylan was ready.
I mean, the whole thing is so stupid, and that's a horrible reason to review bomb it too. I did pass through the Steam reviews of it, and I found immediately, like, it was just like all this DEI, like all these right-wing talking points, just poisoning people's minds. Ugh. And it's so interesting to me that these are people who are just consumers. They're spending these are people who haven't done anything creative in their entire lives, and a diverse group of people who probably don't share, for the most part, their political views are the ones making the things that you're chowing on like nobody's business. It's not fucking Tyson Foods. It's a bunch of people who make art. I'm going to tell you where they lean.
I think we should go back to not having internet.
Honestly.
Or if you want internet, you have to go to the library to get your internet. You can only use your internet there.
How am I supposed to look up pornography at the library?
Discreetly.
Tyler, there's rooms. They give you rental socks.
You're going to have to buy... Well, you can
I only wear 4X hoodies from now on.
Oh, perfect. It's just Tyler's just going around. You just see shuffling all the time.
So Outlaws is middling reviews-ish, a little bit better.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm most excited about the third game.
Yes, I'm excited to talk about this. Concord.
Oh my God.
Did you guys know that's a game?
I didn't know until I saw it.
Did you know that one of the videos for Secret Level is based in the Concord world?
Oh God, no.
And I'm most excited about that one now, maybe.
Concord is kind of stumbled out the gate.
What?
If you could say.
Yeah.
Launch has a peak number of concurrent players, and they have not passed this number of players.
25,000.
Ooh.
Dylan.
Wait, no.
Dylan.
No, I heard that 25,000 people purchased it. Concurrent players would be a lot lower.
Yes.
So we're looking at, I'm going to guess, 250.
697.
Okay. Well,
that's still terrible.
That's really bad. For your brand new game that you've been working on for like 7 years.
Brand new live service game.
There are more people playing like Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League than Concord.
People are tired of service games.
Well, you can't have that many out at once.
It has to be free to play.
It has to be free to play. That's a big talking point, yes. But at the same time, you can't... If everybody does a live service game, nobody's going to play all of them. You're going to find the one you like, and you're going to stick with it.
Yeah.
Because it's such an investment and so time-consuming to play these games.
Right.
If everybody puts one out at the same time and yours is 100% more expensive than the competition, then no shit, nobody's going to play it.
When you think about like the number of online games that you've been actively involved in, like intensely, there's not a lot.
Call of Duty and sports games.
Halo games. I played Phantasy Star Online, Destiny, but like it's a handful. And if someone gets into World of Warcraft, like there's 10 years, and to expect people to play one live service game and then this is the same thing, but these characters, their designs are less interesting, and it's a world I don't care about.
Actually, I take back what I said about having to find the main character attractive, because the character designs in Concord are atrocious.
I saw a green guy.
These are bad character designs.
Why is it called Concord? They really fucked up on the naming convention.
They
I don't know
fucked
what
up
that
on the marketing.
fucking means. It's not interesting.
It's all about one word, simple names that people can just say.
But all I think about is that jet that they had to decommission after a while. The fastest jet.
I think of grapes.
Wow, we've really got
Isn't a Concorde a vehicle?
The Concorde is an airplane.
Well, I think Brad's right, though. I think they wanted a one-word title like, you want to play Valorant tonight?
You want to play Destiny?
Yeah.
Look,
we're playing Heroes.
Helldivers.
we're also at
You want to play
now.
Uppercut? That's actually not a bad name for a game.
Well,
Uppercut is a good name.
Well, Helldivers even dropped off huge with their numbers after that whole debacle. I haven't touched it. I'm like, I don't know. This is dumb. Like, I'm just like, I find it fun, but the amount of people, it just, like Brad said, it just gets so toxic immediately.
The trailer made me angry. Just watching those people try and be funny and clever with well-known music. James Gunn, I love his movies, and I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. They also, I feel like, took a lot of cinema back 10 years where people forgot how to be inventive or creative. It's all derivative off of his needle drops now.
Well, Snark has never been funny to me. And I think people being snarky, I think the dumbest, lowest common denominator find that very entertaining.
You think Guardians of the Galaxy is snark?
There's a lot of fucking snark. Well, Guardians of the Galaxy does it well, though. What I'm saying is, like, the humor actually works alongside of it.
Yeah.
Because they're all snarky characters. It's all quipping.
Well, it's like how I think Tarantino also ruined cinema for a while, because, like, all college films were the same, like, people talking too much and trying to be cool.
Yeah.
And so they wanted for Tarantino, and then they got low rent Kevin Smith. It's just like,
oh my god, that is so painfully like that. You
doesn't that hit?
Oh, geez, I feel personally attacked.
Sorry.
Oh man, the films that I wrote and I look back at from college are exactly that, trying to be Tarantino, and I'm discount great value Kevin Smith.
Yeah, it's like, oh, does your pussy ever stink?
This doesn't
and then
even
they have a conversation about it.
Real Kevin Smith,
like.
It's so true.
I'm just doing my best impression of a Kevin Smith script. It's like, isn't it funny? He said pussy. Whoa.
He did make Dogma.
Dogma's okay.
Dogma's good.
Dogma's
I like
okay.
Dogma, but
Chasing Amy's good too.
Chasing
I actually
Amy's
like
great.
Red State.
I haven't seen
I
it.
own Red State.
Red State's good.
I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I still like Clerks the most.
I'm not.
You love Cop Out.
Cop Out?
Oh, he hates Bruce Willis. Not you. Kevin
Oh
Smith
no,
does.
I never watched that. Yeah.
Yeah, you love Tracy Morgan.
Well, I love that Bruce Willis actually like hated Kevin Smith actively when they were making.
I think if I met Kevin Smith, I would hate him. So it's fine.
That'd be a fun topic for like a movie podcast, like movies where you're more interested in the behind the scenes than the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, there's the story of Bruce Willis asking Kevin Smith, like, "What are we doing?" He's like, well, "It's a medium shot," and he's super intimidated by Bruce Willis, and he's like, "What lens are you using?" And Kevin Smith's like, "I don't fucking know. Like the camera guy knows."
Kevin Smith is like,
It does kind of it could affect an actor if it's going to be like a wider lens or long lens.
I just don't think. I think he's an okay writer at times. He's done really good comic book scripts every once in a while. So I can't like completely discount Kevin Smith, I suppose. But
He just became the hero of nerd culture, and not deservedly
he's like
so.
the insane clown posse of nerd culture.
Some wounds will never heal.
Pour some Faygo on it, you'll be fine.
It's just like whoop whoop.
That wound will never heal, Gandalf. He'll wear that ICP tattoo for life.
You can try to cover it up, but we know what's underneath.
God, I'm rip roaring today, making analogies.
So, if it is any talking point on how good Concord is, we just spent the majority of the Concord segment talking about Kevin Smith.
It sounds like they didn't market it well. It seems like there aren't interesting characters. It seems like they shouldn't be charging $40 for a live service game off the bat.
Wait, Dylan. So you're telling me an unattractive character and level design coupled with a price tag that is 100% more expensive than its competitors in an oversaturated market is not going to make it?
Whoa. For real, Dylan?
I mean, I do have a job as a market analyst, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You're kind of like the Harley Quinn of the podcast, though.
That's
you know?
awesome, though, man. Oh, God.
Gamescom happened over the past 2 or 3 weeks, and Gamescom is another Jeff Keighley event.
Oh, boy.
Where he's on a stage and he announces a bunch of trailers. It's
Yeah.
also, for those in the industry, like, it's a big thing for them during the daytime.
At night, they all wear masquerade masks and they meet in hotel rooms and have anonymous sex.
This is
If
true.
I were single, that sounds awesome.
No, but the trick is you have to wear a different Concord mask too.
It's like we have these ones we made out of loose leaf paper.
You'd see someone cosplaying as like the Borderlands Kate Blanchett, and you'd be done, Dylan.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I would.
You'd be
I
dressed
would
up as Claptrap.
I'd be like, this doesn't make sense. But you're one of the most beautiful women that's ever existed. So yeah.
So I guess at Gamescom there was like open talk from amongst developers about the Switch Pro. Like apparently that's
Open secret, yeah.
It's an open secret now, but it's very difficult to find.
I'm sorry, the PlayStation 5 Pro is what you're talking about.
Oh, that as well.
No, it's not going to be the Switch Pro. It's going to be Switch 2.
Whatever, they're talking about the new Switch.
Okay.
And so Gamescom, they have an opening night where they did a lot of trailer announcements, and then it was like 3 nights of Xbox announcements. Xbox has a really big foothold there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think PlayStation's got a state of play coming up in September.
And Nintendo does whatever the fuck Nintendo wants, usually to the betterment, at least, except they talk to toddlers.
Oh my God, those fucking announcers, especially the woman this time, she was really bad. She's like, "Hey, Jeremy, how are you today?
Hi, Dylan Pooh. Are you having a good day today?
I think you might be interested in this game from 20 years ago that we're releasing on the Switch. Seems like fun, right? Yeah, of course. Berglinda.
Okay, I wrote
It's
down.
usually a name like Amanda or...
I wrote down some of the bigger trailers. We've watched some of them together. Sniper Elite Resistance was one of the first ones. 2025 for multiple consoles.
Those games are always pretty good.
I would like to play one day.
Sniper Elite 5 is pretty good.
I think it's on Game Pass. One
It
of
is.
them is.
It's a cool concept. It's
great.
Yeah, that's coming 2025.
It works. It's actually fun because the assassinations are awesome.
You know, it's funny timing for a release, like a trailer, an announcement trailer. Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
Well, when
I
they
watched
came up
it,
with the
yeah.
idea of announcing it piggybacking off of the Kevin Hart movie, they were like, this is going to be a slam dunk.
You're going to call it the Kevin Hart vehicle.
I was very excited about that
Borderlands.
too. Kevin Hart's Borderlands.
Kevin Hart's Borderlands.
I just need people to know which Borderlands I'm talking about.
I'll call it Jamie Lee Curtis's Borderlands.
Never Jack Black's, though.
No.
He doesn't deserve that.
Well, he's not actually.
Eli Roth's Borderlands. Which that I think is almost the most insulting.
Wait,
I think
what?
He directed.
did- No,
No way.
he got credit for it after
He
it was
directed
already
most
like
of
half
it.
done.
He
Yeah.
directed most of it.
That's a shame.
Well, he's an overrated director.
He's mostly known for torture porn. So
And being the Bear Jew. Which should have
Which
been
is-
Adam Sandler.
yeah.
But fucking Funny People was filming at the same time, and he went and did that shit-ass Judd Apatow movie, and we almost had Adam Sandler beating a Nazi to death with a bat, and I want that timeline.
Adam Sandler is
all
the
right,
guy.
90s kid.
Adam Sandler, he's the guy that doesn't care though too. He's like, whatever. I'm gonna go take my $10 million, walk around in basketball shorts, and buy a coffee.
Also, Eli Roth is very good in that movie, though. So
He did a good job, but I want the Adam Sandler. Like, can they just film the scene for me? If I'm ever rich, I'm just commissioning them to do the scene. I'll hold Quentin Tarantino at gunpoint.
So Borderlands 4, no gameplay or anything. Fucking,
It was all cinematic, yeah.
I'm not excited, and
Why
I
would
think
I
people
give a
are
shit?
less excited after the movie. It seems like a dying franchise more.
It's a relic of its
This
era.
trailer should have came out before the movie to get people more excited, maybe.
But they had
know,
Kevin
man.
Hart.
Call of Duty Black Ops 6 got a long trailer.
Oh, I got annoyed watching that. I was like, what are we doing here?
It's very bad. It's not to me.
It's not appealing.
It's as much like an espionage, sneaking in and talking with
It
people.
looked like a walking simulator in disguise.
It looked like a PS3 game in
Sure
obvious.
as fucking did.
The problem, I've seen a lot of like the beta for people playing the online.
Are we really at 6 in Black Ops, by the way? What was 5? When was that? And I don't even remember that
Cold
existing.
War.
Oh, so they just skipped the...
It was
The
1,
naming
2,
convention?
3, and then there was Black Ops Cold War. And then there was another Black Ops, apparently.
This sucks.
Yeah.
This
Watching
is
people
not good.
watching people play online compared to like when I was playing back in like high school, it doesn't even look appealing to me anymore.
No.
It is so fast paced, and I watch a lot of PC players play it, and they have their sensitivity cranked up, and they're probably all using aimbots anyway. But the Call of Duty that I held dear to my heart when I was a child is dead and gone. Watching the Omni movement,
Yeah, there will be a time
about it?
when we do like a Call of Duty episode.
we did one.
Well, we're gonna do another one where I actually play through the new games because I want to actually sit down and play through a couple of them to get a new perspective because I haven't played through one in a while.
The story for the remake of Modern Warfare
Yeah,
was really enjoyable, and the cinematics are beautifully animated.
That's a masterpiece of its time.
They changed the story though.
Oh God, I don't give a shit.
yeah, that's coming out October 25th. Persona 3 Reload episode Aegis got a trailer. Dylan's very excited.
It's fine.
So are the boys in My Chemical Romance.
September 10th.
I got to
Now-
the end of it and I just didn't finish it.
Well, you might be more excited when you find out Joker is going to be in the DLC.
Wow.
No.
Wow, he appears in not many games, so that's awesome.
Just don't expect to be teaming up with him. He'll be popping in as a guest enemy.
Like
Whoa.
the Joker.
Like the Joker from Persona 5.
He's not the Joker, he's
not
just
Mark
called
Hamill's
Joker.
Joker.
Jared
It's
Leto's.
actually Jared Leto's Joker. It's Jared Leto's. Yeah, that's a thing. September 10th.
Great.
Dying Light the Beast. No release date. I've never played the Dying Light games. You guys
tried.
didn't sound that excited about
I've
them.
never played them.
I've
Yeah.
tried. It's dumb.
Devin likes them.
Yeah.
This is a new game with the original protagonist Kyle Crane.
Oh,
That turned you around, Dylan.
sure.
Now, this game is one I know you're excited about. Dune Awakening, early 2025. They had a gameplay
Wow, boy.
trailer.
Boy, does that look dumb.
It looked ugly.
Looks very ugly, yeah. Especially when you got the Denis Villeneuve.
Dennis Villanueva. Denise.
Denis. It's Denis.
Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
Timothée Chalamet.
I think that Dylan's righter than you are,
I think
but
he
I
is
don't know
too.
if he's righter than I am.
I don't fucking know.
I know it's Denis, though. I know it's Denis.
Denis.
I know it's Denis.
I think it's Denis Villeneuve.
I think the V has a soft.
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. It's Villeneuve. I believe
Dennis.
it is. I mean, we can look it up.
Dennis Villanueva.
Dennis
Villanova.
Dennis Villeneuve.
And that's what the game is about.
Well, it's not.
It's trying to pronounce Destiny, but you're bad at it.
It just looks like a third-person survival game in the vein of like Conan Age of Exile or whatever.
I was gonna say it looked like Conan.
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah.
it? It looks exactly
Without
like
the
that.
swinging balls, though.
And so, is it going to be like survival mechanic kind of shooter where you can kind of pair up and? know.
To me, it looks like you build bases and you have teams, and then people try and break in. You have different roles.
So it's
one of those things
Rust.
that could work if you have a large player base. Which, if there is a universe that could get a player base without as much work, it's Concord. But besides that, it's Dune. I don't know. This game could be fine. It's not for me.
If I can't play as an inbred Harkonnen, I don't want to touch it.
Let's talk about a good trailer. Reanimal.
Looks great.
I think, besides the obvious one that I'm gonna freak out about, it stole the show for me.
Reanimal just looks pretty.
It looks so cool.
It's
It
funny
looks like
because
Inside, and it looks like Little Nightmare series, which is great.
We were watching it, and you said this looks like Little Nightmares, and it's like, well, it's from Little Nightmares 1 and 2.
It looks like there are some returning characters from Little Nightmares.
Really?
From the developer Tarsier Studios. It's horror co-op, man. Sure. And there's something that is really great with a lot of the games I saw here specifically. And when you have these, 8K screens, they can do scope and scale so well, where you can have the characters so small and the environment, like you see him on this little boat getting swallowed by the world, and that is something super powerful you couldn't do on older TVs, less powerful systems.
Well, I'll tell you, Little Nightmares 2 was in my top 10 from that year, because I thought that was so interesting. And I thought Little Nightmares 1 was very good, but it was a little flawed because games like Inside are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, and then I'm like, I'll give the second one a shot.
Is Inside from the creators of Limbo?
Yeah.
I have such a short attention span for...
Inside is really good.
I played it, and it is good. But for that style of game where it's sparse, creative, puzzle platformer.
I too understand that, but when it's good, it's good.
When it's good, it's good. But every time I see a new one,
The barrier for entry, yeah.
you better have the best art style I've ever seen, because otherwise, if it doesn't look like Concord, I'm not playing it.
Well, it's also
if they have Concord as in the Little Nightmares universe or as Inside, I just want there to be a Concord skin for every game now.
Wow, yeah, me too.
Yeah, that main character when he takes that shot of liquor and he says, "You ain't my daddy,"
Dude, writing genius.
That's funny because he's probably not his daddy and shouldn't have been bossing him around. That's funny.
It's a good.
I really wonder what these characters' motivations are.
That's a really good
Overwatch
quip.
clone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt with "You ain't my daddy" on it,
And then that lady jumps in and she
and it
says,
says Concord very smallly underneath it, and it's gonna have the logo.
the lady jumps in and does
Put the logo and the text on the inside of the shirt.
Yeah.
I give up on my joke.
No, you have to finish it now.
It's too late.
It's too late. No, you have to finish it.
You can try. I tried 2 or 3 times and it didn't get an opportunity. If you try after that,
You just have to be the
gotta
loudest one in the room.
You just got to go home and go to bed at that point. Dude. And I'm already here. So
Reanimal.
it's nice you guys are by my bed. This is great.
It's great.
I don't smoke a lot of weed anymore, but every now and again I see a movie or a video game trailer, and I know I'm going to smoke weed again. And Reanimal was that. I'm like, I'm getting stoned and playing the shit out of that.
Hell yeah. Civilization 7, I'm so ready.
I mean, there's a reason I looked right at you, Tyler.
There, I am so ready to lose countless hours
gonna
of
be
my
bad.
life to this game.
This was the announcement of its existence?
No, there was-
this has been known.
Yeah,
been
there
well
was.
known.
The developer put out a tweet a couple what was that? 6 months ago?
Okay.
Yeah.
That just said Civilization 7 is coming, and there was nothing else about it.
This is the first thing we've seen
hell
since
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people upset at the character models. I don't really give a fuck how the characters look.
It's a hexagonal strategy game.
yeah,
Who gives a shit?
I don't give a shit how the characters look. I've played Crusader Kings 3. I don't really give a shit how they look.
I mean, those models actually look pretty good considering they're kind of RNG.
Oh, you haven't seen my inbred hillbilly family rule in Ireland.
Sure.
Also, this is a spoiler for the Nintendo Direct portion later, but I mean, this game is also coming out on Nintendo Switch.
I saw the trailer for the Nintendo Switch version and I shuddered. I went, oh. Civ 6 barely runs on the
Civ
Switch.
6 barely runs on a PlayStation 5. Yeah, it looks like there's vertical building now, or at
If you
least,
pre-order, you can get Tecumseh,
that. What?
the Native American.
To come say,
Oh yeah, that's right.
it's fine.
It's just weird to see this historically powerful and tragic Native American character pre-order and get him now.
Well, they have a lot of tragic characters as playable leaders.
I'm with you. It was just weird to see a character that's lesser known being touted as a pre-order bonus.
It's kind of
Compared to,
interesting that
Gandhi
they would put
or-
Tecumseh behind a.
There's Alexander the Great. There's
Augustus
Gandhi,
Caesar.
There's Caesar. I'm into it, but it's also weird. It made me feel weird.
The cool things I saw was the look. It looks like you can kind of build more vertically now to make your cities kind of. I was always not a fan of how flat everything was.
Right, there's the museum there, and then there's the
Yeah.
fucking
looks
monument.
like you're actually going to be able to like really make your city look pretty fucking dope. Civ 5, you would put your workers on a tile, and if they were building a farm, it'd take like 8 turns depending on your production level. And then in Civ 6, they were single-use workers, where it's like you want to improve that tile, you got 3 charges.
Yep.
Boom, one's gone. Apparently, there's no workers in Civ 7, so that's going to be weird.
That'll actually be interesting if they just keep it resource-based that you can find in the world.
That'd be kind of cool.
I think that's fine.
But the coolest thing, I think, is the way you're actually going to be able to rewrite history in this version, where you can start as the Roman Empire and end as the French Empire. They have intertwining milestones that you can achieve depending on your leader and the path that you take to get to victory.
That's why I like free play in those. You choose a leader and you build your own empire.
Yeah, and with Civ 6, they added, I forget her name, but she was the ruler of England and France, and you could choose which one you wanted to play as. Yeah, I forget her name.
Mary Queen of Scots or something. No, that's not right. I'm being stupid.
But I like.
I haven't played that in a while.
The ability to rewrite history as somebody who's super into it, especially like Roman history.
Yeah,
that's going to be dope.
Is Genghis Khan in there?
I hope so. I don't know who else you would use because
Attila Kublai Khan.
Oh yeah, Kublai Khan. That's right. There is more than one Khan.
They're lesser versions. It's like Destiny 2's DLC. Like the first Destiny 2 is the best, and it's all just kind of the same thing again, but not as good. I don't know if that made sense or not, but we'll take it.
It's fine.
I'm going to sink so much of my life into this game. It's going to be great.
I'm hoping it's going to run well on the Steam Deck, because that seems like a perfect Steam Deck game.
Now, here's another game we're all pumped for: Starfield.
I will play it again.
The Rev 8. That's right. Vehicle available.
I'm gonna go pee.
He doesn't need to be here for this. There was a trailer announcing the new vehicle for Starfield called the Rev 8, and it just looks exactly like the vehicle in Mass Effect. I forget the name of it, but I wish Stoy was here. But that vehicle, it has little boosters underneath, and so there's like at one point in the trailer, this big open like crater, and they go over it, and they're able to shoot up above it. I never played Starfield more than an hour because it didn't work that first hour.
I played like 20.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's good. I like the story beats. I like the Bethesda model. I'm a slut for it. I like it, but it's just not gripping me. It's not hooking me.
Yeah.
And then before you knew it, I was on to another game. And then the ending is spoiled for me now, so that's going to be fun when I actually go back and play it.
Well, with Bethesda games, it's never actually about the ending.
It's about the journey.
Well, think of how many times you've beat Skyrim or the ending of Skyrim versus everything else in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I started trying to break the siege of Kvatch in Oblivion about 20 years ago, and I was bored the other day. I had a little time in the morning, and I just booted up my old Oblivion save, and I did close the Oblivion gate. They waited 20 years for me, but it did happen. So that's exciting.
The 20 years war. 20 years war.
I was in that gate for a long time.
Yeah.
But it did happen.
So cars, huh?
It's amazing how much you hear from...
and the window's closed now.
Yes. There's a car, but that's exciting. It was a free update for everybody the day of, so if you are playing Starfield or you quit playing because you didn't have a car, it's there now. This is something that should have been in the base game. I was listening to a Skyrim documentary the other day, and at one point they talked about getting rid of the horse, and Todd Howard says, if we can't make it work, we have to get rid of it. And it was like a thinly veiled wink threat at people to either make it work or we'll get rid of it. And I think that might be what happened with Starfield, because the game seems like it needed a car.
Yeah, it definitely did. It also needed a lot more, like just better everything.
Well, Shattered Space arrives September 30th of this year, so look forward to that.
Look forward to hanging out with all of your boring-ass friends again in Starfield.
Please write a review for Hair the Dogcast.
Please do.
Secret Level, a new episodic series. What do you call it? Where it's like a series of not connected little movies, like Blood, Death, and Robots.
Anthology.
An anthology. That's
the word.
Yeah, Secret Level, a new anthology series about video games.
Whoa.
Did you see the trailer for this, Dylan?
No.
Interesting. So, did you see the trailer for this, Tyler?
Part of it, and then
What
I
kind
don't
of
watch
rich-
trailers for stuff I know I'm going to watch.
Well, okay, so this is a short movie.
Oh, I heard about this. Actually, there's one for Another World.
The New World?
Outer World. The Outer World.
Outer Worlds. Okay, so here's all the games that are going to be getting short films, short videos, and these are from the creators of Blood, Death, and Robots are the ones producing this. That doesn't speak to necessarily quality about any of them, but
I liked Blood, Death, and Robots.
that was great. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is going to be David Fincher directing a short film.
No, but the thing that sucks about those guys is like they make one little like 8-minute episode that is just dynamite, and then you watch 5 in a row that are just good.
some of them were great.
Yeah, there was like the second one they ever put out. I was like,
I don't know. I feel like it was rarely a miss, and some were spectacular. Here are the games that are getting their own films: Armored Core,
Nice. That one's cool.
Concord.
I can't believe that made it.
Can't wait.
I can't wait for that. Yeah.
Crossfire, and I don't think it's the board game. I don't know this video game.
I don't know it either.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard of it.
So Baldur's Gate, essentially.
Exodus. God of War.
Exodus.
I don't know. Yeah.
God of
Metro
War
Exodus.
2018. God of like the new God of War.
Well, I
or,
think
like,
God of War is one universe.
Okay,
I think it'll probably be in the Norse universe.
probably.
Honor of Kings. This one will actually excite you, Dylan. Mega Man is getting a short film.
That's cool.
And they tease it at the end where they just showed him like going down an elevator, like looking badass and like looking at the camera with his like.
Mega Man X or X.
It looks like normal Mega Man, but
okay.
I'm curious.
That's cool.
New World, Eternum, Pac-Man, Sifu,
Sifu will be cool.
Yeah.
Spelunky,
Spelunky's good.
Outer Worlds 2, Unreal Tournament, and Warhammer 40K.
Warhammer will be cool too.
Yeah, I kind of like the lore of Warhammer. I've been falling asleep to videos about that.
You play a lot of it?
No.
Okay.
I played some of the video games, but I'm not going to start collecting those figures.
December 10th, 2024.
Oh, God.
Batman Arkham Shadow. Late 2024, this game comes out for the MetaQuest 3 only. Now, we watched the trailer before we started recording this, and the trailer, to me, doesn't work.
The trailer does not work.
I watched a 15-minute video with two people that played it on the floor. And they're writers. I think they're for IGN. I don't know. But I listened to them talk about it, and they say it is very good. And it feels like a real entry into Arkham, not a shitty VR 2-hour experience.
Okay.
And I believe it's from the developers of the Iron Man VR game, which had issues, but was a story.
It was fun.
And I liked it.
It was fun enough.
But they describe this as there's a lot of like rhythm elements, and the combat, once you get into it, it's fucking awesome, is what they say.
But who's going to get a MetaQuest 3?
Only people that already have it, and 10 Batman fans.
Now, I wasn't even aware they were on the third iteration of the MetaQuest.
I don't even know what it was.
I knew him.
Is this the Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, it is the Zuck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Zug.
I ain't playing this.
No.
Well,
Nobody's going to play it except people who already own it.
don't worry, it's going to come to all other VR headsets eventually, hopefully.
The Zuck is going to buy like 80 million copies, so it looks like a success.
This takes place
He'll
between
build another house with it.
Yes.
between the events of Origins and Asylum. It's about a Rat King. I don't know. The combat looks it looks like it has VR problems, but
It's like punching and...
I'm curious from what I heard them saying to try it. I never will because I don't have a MetaQuest. Little Nightmares 3 got a trailer. We didn't watch that one together, but I'm more excited about Reanimal.
Yeah, me too.
Masters of Albion. Okay, Peter Molyneux came out.
Oh, no.
And
Why do they let him do... He hasn't done anything.
he didn't get...
He's a man who pretends to do things.
He didn't really get an applause.
There's a market for that.
There's a market.
It's called being a
amongst
husband, am I
idiots.
right?
Ew.
Oh, boy. I do a lot. I'm actually quite good at it. I achieve a lot.
Pass. You do.
As a husband, I do the bare minimum now.
But Peter Molyneux came out.
I'm divorced.
Peter Molyneux made a joke. He's like, yeah, don't worry, I'm not making mobile games anymore. And like you could hear a cricket.
Like, oh no.
That's so sad.
And then he showed a game which
What a
looked
pathetic little creature.
the game. He's like, I've been working so long on this game and it looks fucking awful.
Oh no.
It's like a fantasy world where you can like pick up your characters and drop them or throw them. And he's like, what if you want a 3-story building? I was like, oh no.
Did he come out to The Comeback King by Corey Feldman before he did this this little presentation?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know about The Comeback King?
I don't want to.
Do you know about The Comeback King?
Diablo 4.
You got to look it up later, Dylan. It's bad.
I'll look it up.
Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. Coming out October 8th, 2024.
I'm going to start playing Diablo again, but not anytime soon. I got too much on my docket right now.
There's a lot going on right now.
There is.
I'm going to avoid that game like the plague.
Well, I have a friend who plays now, so
There's another game that I'm
more
also
enticing.
wary of and thinking about avoiding. That's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
We're getting it for free.
Well, but that's the only reason. And even then, I know I'm not going to love it. A Bethesda first-person video game,
Indiana Jones.
that's the only thing that makes me even a little excited because I'm tired of Bethesda first person.
Have you ever played the Wolfenstein games, the new ones? They are brilliant.
Oh, okay, they are.
They are really fucking good. I think they're like 9 out of 10s.
Okay.
Both of them.
Okay. And they made the Wolfenstein games, Bethesda?
The New Order and the New Colossus.
Okay, maybe
which they should be making the third one.
I don't know. The Indiana Jones, so far, the trailers haven't got me too excited.
If it's by Bethesda, though, we'll have to wait like at least a year for them to introduce the whip to the game.
Yeah.
You know, an integral part of the game.
Yeah, there'll be a trailer showing it off, the Whip 8.
The whip.
Guys, it works now, huh? Check it out.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Are you guys excited for Indiana Jones?
I
am.
kind of like it.
It's cool that it's coming to PlayStation.
And not right away, though.
No.
It's gonna be a
Why
year.
would they do that?
Spartacus will be sleeping for the next 8 months while we're playing it a little bit.
I mean, I'm going to play this. I love Indiana Jones.
Rank them right now, 1 through 5.
1 through 5. My favorite one is The Last Crusade, then Raiders, then Temple of Doom, then probably the newest one, The Dial of Destiny, and then at the end would be Kingdom.
I would go 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, I believe.
You said 1, 2, 3, 5, 4?
Yes. I like Dial of Destiny quite a bit.
I did like it a lot more than a lot of people did.
I did as well. I came up pretty high on it. And when people were crapping on it, I was like, I don't know, it seemed like a pretty good entry.
If you were annoyed by Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, then... Which I didn't even hate, by the way. I liked Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
There's way too much... it looked too digital. It looked too computer generated, a lot of it. And a lot of it was just color correction. If the color correction was just calmed down, it would have looked a lot better.
Yeah.
I go 3, 1, 2, 4 because I haven't seen 5.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I love Temple of Doom. Yeah. That's coming to PS5 next year.
Monkey Brain.
December 9th for Xbox. I love Short Round.
Yeah.
And the trailer showed off a lot of Troy Baker doing mocap, which did not make me more excited. But
He was just talking about how cool it is that he gets to play Harrison Ford, which was off-putting. I was like, all right. He doesn't even particularly sound like Indiana Jones. Just use his face model.
If they had Harrison Ford doing a trailer, that would have been way more exciting.
Yeah, I don't fucking care.
It's just great.
Hey,
Did you see? Yeah,
do you actually have a decent Harrison Ford?
he's got the whip. Wow.
It's great. Get the fuck out of my house.
I love it.
Hey, you know what? Video games. Hey, check it out. It looks like me.
The get the fuck out of my house is from the one magic guy.
Yeah,
It's so funny.
Get the fuck out of my house.
So it's who is the magician?
I believe it's
David Blaine.
David Blaine. Yeah.
David Blaine does a magic trick to Harrison Ford in his kitchen, and he's like, "Is this your card?" And Harrison Ford is like, He looks so shocked. Just get the fuck out of my house.
You could see his earring vibrating with rage.
Mafia, the old country.
I'm excited for it.
Well, there was a cinematic, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? You're excited.
I love the
closed
Mafia
out
games.
this closed out the opening night. They're like, this is the closer. And it's cool. Cinematic trailers, I guess it does set the tone a little bit. We're going back to
the
Italy.
old country.
1900s.
Like, that's cool.
Early 1900s, yeah.
But I don't know anything about the game.
As long as they stick more towards Mafia 2 and less Mafia 3,
I
then
like
we're going to
Mafia
have a
3
good
a
game.
lot.
Yeah, but Mafia 3 went more Grand Theft Auto with it, whereas like Mafia 2, like you had to when the police were after you, you had to change your plates. You had to drive the speed limit. There was a better story and less repetitive missions. Whereas
Tyler just isn't like black protagonists.
I loved Lincoln Clay. You get out of here.
I'm kidding.
No, in Mafia 3 though, you
You're
just
kidding,
like
right?
I am.
Oh, okay.
it's a lot of since it's such an open world, they just they filled it with stuff to do and it got really repetitive. It's like, all right, now go take over that district for the guy you play as in Mafia 2. Like it didn't work for me. But the setting was fantastic and the soundtrack was popping.
Yeah.
I like post Vietnam
70s,
Louisiana.
So probably next year sometime we'll get a new Mafia.
As an Italian man, I like this. I like this a lot.
You look like that guy who works renting boogie boards, but doesn't know how to boogie board himself.
That was a good delivery of that joke.
Thank you.
Just replace mine with that.
You know what? I have
I
a
can't
Hawaiian
be-
shirt in the other room too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
though. I love Hawaiian shirts.
If I can't be an inbred Harkonnen, then I'm not even going to play it.
That's true.
That was a good Dylan, right?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Get out of my house.
In Zoe, no release date yet. This is the new Sims-looking game. You drive cars, you fucking tweet, you have relationships.
That sounds bad.
Yep. The Dark Pictures Anthology Directive 8020 got a trailer that comes out next year. It's a science fiction game set in the Dark Pictures universe, starring the Captain Marvel's Lashana Lynch, is where you might know her.
Oh, that's her.
Yep. It looks like cosmic horror. It looks like Event Horizon. And Event Horizon is not my favorite film by any stretch, but the idea and the concept is my favorite. Is my shit. So.
You like the idea that when they go through like hyperspace, they're actually in hell.
It's not only that. It's
It's so
they don't
dumb.
go. They don't go into hell. It's like an alternate. They go to like a different part of the
Oh,
universe
I
or
thought
an
it was
alternate
literally
universe.
hell.
It's
No,
not,
it's Ohio.
It's not the Christian hell.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it's not like the Christian hell.
Still
but,
not as bad as Indiana.
Yep.
Sorry, Brad. so sorry.
I don't know. I haven't played a Dark Pictures game in a while. Last one I played was the Egyptian one, where you're like going into pyramids or something.
Ooh, I didn't play that one.
Or it's like the Descent. I think you start off with like a bunch of soldiers and you go underground. I don't even remember the name of it. Little Hope. Little Hope.
Little Hope is the cult one.
And then I
Yeah,
played.
that's
I
the
played
one I'm-
Ashes.
That's that one. House of Ashes.
House of Ashes.
I haven't played that one.
It was good. I haven't played Little Hope.
Little Hope is good for.
Is that the one with the kid from Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Will Poulter?
Yeah.
Okay, I played that one. I haven't played the camping one.
You know he's like our age, right?
Sure. I know him most as a little kid in the memes, though. In the memes.
He has a little kid-like face.
He did.
You didn't play The Quarry?
I haven't played the Quarry yet, and I haven't
Quarry's
played
great.
the Serial Killer Hotel. That's the most recent one.
Did you play the one with the ghost ship?
Yeah, that one.
The Man of Medan?
That one was not great.
No, because I got the bends and died.
Oh, you got the bends?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've been there.
Are you guys? Are you excited for 8020?
Yeah. I like the Dark Picture anthology games.
You know what? These games aren't really my jam, so it's really hard for me to judge them in any decent way.
Forza Horizon 5 has hide and seek game mode.
That's fun, though. I might try that out tonight.
The trailer looked really fun. I watched it twice in a row against my will.
Well, yeah. We did strap you to the chair.
Xbox announced the new adaptive joystick with
Looks beautiful.
great.
I might want one just to try it.
Well, I'm sure it's high quality, fantastic. You can have different sizes of joystick attachments for whatever disability someone might be
Especially
using.
if you're
it
like one-handed.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I love that Xbox is going out of their way to do this, and it works with also their like
The drum.
gamepad thing that they got.
That weird drum, which I think is cool.
It's awesome, and
I kind of want to try one of those.
this is the kind of thing though that like someone would hack to work with a Nintendo, and then Nintendo would cease and desist it. It's like you can't use it. It's not an official gamepad.
Which is interesting because even I have trouble with the Joy-Cons and my meaty fingers. So,
Lost in Random: The Eternal Die.
yep.
This is the Hades 2, the Hades lookalike.
To me, it looked like a derivative, but you said this is a sequel.
This is a sequel.
Did the first one play like that?
No, not even close. That was like a Tim Burton-esque kind of pseudo-platformer told in kind of this storybook way. The combat was interesting because it would be based on like dice rolls. So you'd be like doing like your hack and slash combat. You would deploy your dice man, and depending on what number it hit, a certain thing would happen in the battle. Like maybe the enemy has like a higher attack,
Yeah.
or something like that. So it was all based on dice rolls,
Kind of like playing as Ketchi.
pretty much.
Or it's actually Kate Sith again. My bad.
Yeah, man, I can't keep up no more.
Get the fuck out
I'm getting too old for this.
What do you mean he's a cat on a Moogle?
I've been playing a lot of Red Dead 2. And,
What's a Kate Sith?
and I've been practicing my Arthur Morgan a lot. Oh, come on, Dutch. God damn it, Dutch.
Kill Knight.
Oh, Dutch.
Did you say Dutch more? Dutch.
One more time, Dutch.
Kill Knight.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Kill Knight. Twin stick shooter.
Looks fun. I'd play it.
That looks dope as hell, yeah.
Love the art design. Love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's October 3rd of this year.
Fun.
I'm into that.
That's soon.
Metaphor Refantasio, October 11th of this year. This is from the same developer behind the Persona series.
Yeah. Honestly, this looks pretty good, and apparently Yoko Taro has actually gotten his hands on it and played it, and he loves it.
I like that. So there's just a
that
lot
all I
of
need to tuck
there's a
into?
lot of upskirt shots.
No, he just says that it's so visually distinct and it plays different than a lot of other things that might look in this vein. And honestly, the name itself is so stupid. I might have to play it for that. Metaphor Refantasio.
So it's like a Kingdom Hearts naming convention, but it works for you.
Yes.
It's
Because it's probably going to play better.
It's like microtransactions, but it's done by the Persona people, so it's okay.
Well, it's not microtransactions.
No, but that's okay if Gran Turismo does it.
I would say that I can't make a great excuse for Gran Turismo, but I did it.
It was funny in the Discord watching people call you out on it.
It's fine. I was defended by Stoy.
I've been in a cult.
Yeah, I know.
You were there. It was ICP.
I was the leader.
He
Whoop
led it.
whoop. It's me, Violent J.
And I'm Little
And
B.
Stinky Bob.
And I'm Stinky Bob.
Are those names? I know Violent J is real.
I'm Terrible T.
We got terrible. That's terrible, T. We got a little bit more. Mars Attracts 2025.
I could fuck with this.
If it's like a torture theme park, I'm kind of into it.
Horror-based theme park with the Mars Attracts.
Well, the thing that people do in Roller Coaster Tycoon is that if this was set up to like capture humans and force them to like go through like these crazy like kill machines that are like kind of entertaining to watch, I'm down with that. That sounds cool.
Go Hard R too.
They are.
I want them to earn it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I actually like the movie Mars Attacks quite a bit. So,
Yeah, it's one of Tim Burton's better films, actually.
ill received at the time.
My favorite Tim Burton?
that?
Guess which one?
It's not Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands.
Scissorhands.
No, that's fine.
It's a good movie. Let me guess. That shitty Alice in Wonderland one.
Yep, only the second one though.
He didn't direct that one though.
Did he not?
No, he didn't.
The first one was one of the only times that my friends and I almost I was ready to walk out of the theater,
It was bad.
and we had the IMAX to ourselves.
I'm gonna guess yours is Ed Wood.
Yeah, Ed Wood is a fucking good
That's
movie.
a great movie.
Yes. If you haven't watched Ed Wood, have you seen Ed Wood?
Nope. I don't really like Tim Burton.
Do yourself a favor. Ed Wood is
not typical Tim Burton.
It's like so good. It's not in a Tim Burton like.
I like a lot of Tim Burton.
I do too, but like
Do
Ed
you know
Wood.
what my favorite one is?
Beetlejuice?
No.
No?
Beetlejuice is my
I
favorite.
like Beetlejuice a lot.
I don't know then. Alice in Wonderland.
No. It's Big Fish. I love Big Fish, actually.
I watched Big Fish recently and it didn't hold up as much as I thought it would.
No, it doesn't, but I still find it to be like this very powerful story. I like it a lot.
Speaking of croaking, there's a lot of dying in that film. Croak is a video game about a frog, and it's a platformer, and it looks fucking good.
A precision platformer, it looks
Very
like.
Celeste-esque.
There's some Celeste-esque stuff to it, but the art style is very much its own.
I like the
And
art style a lot.
I don't know. Celeste seems much more precision based than this one, but this one has a lot of cool movement tech. And
Well, the character's much larger.
yeah, it looked fun. I
The
think
boss
Croak's-
battles look cool.
That looks fun.
Yeah, that alone sets it apart from Celeste. Those boss battles. I was getting kind of like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze vibes from some of it.
Yeah.
That's where I probably would put it more in what I saw. But yeah,
It does feel like he has a bit of weight to him because he's a fat frog.
and a lot of bouncing off enemies.
Yeah.
That's coming soon. We watched a Bionic Bay trailer. That's one of those where the guy keeps altering his position.
It
Not
seems
for me.
kind of physics-based, which is cool. But
Otherwise, it's to me like another Limbo Inside, like a quirky indie.
it reminded me
platformer.
of Noita, but with less shit going on.
I haven't played or even heard of Noita.
Noita is on Steam, and it's kind of this it's kind of a roguelike random game where everything is physics-based and it's hyper-pixelated, and you basically get spells and you travel deep into like caverns and shit. It's actually pretty good. But a lot of bonker shit can happen, but the physics remind me exactly of that. So
Only 3 more games from Gamescom.
Oh, boy.
Stone of Madness. We watched the trailer for this one together where it's isometric. It seems very slow paced, but it's about different people working together to escape a prison. There's an old lady doing witchcraft. Mm-hmm. That looked cool. 2025. We didn't watch this one together. Mouse PI for Hire. That is the black and white, like
FPS.
rubber animation FPS. I think it won't be good. I think it
I'm
look.
going to bet you $1 million it won't.
I think the gameplay won't hold up to the animation style, which is just doing a lot of heavy lifting.
If they do pull it off, it would be a really cool, like, stylistic thing. Because I've played a lot of these types where they're like, oh, but they're all Muppets now. And I'm like, all right, well, no.
Now I want to watch. You said I was thinking of Peter Jackson's. Not Bad Taste. What's his Muppets movie? He
Meet
did?
the Feebles,
Meet
one of my
the
favorite
Feebles.
movies.
We should watch Meet the Feebles tonight.
I have it on DVD.
I can just stream it on the internet, or we can go to the library and watch it there after Tyler's done and jerk off.
I'm not
in that
allowed
room.
at the library anymore.
No sweatshirts for you, buddy.
Oh, come on, man. It's cold.
He's jerking off again.
Yeah.
I'm just looking up boogie board prices.
They keep losing them in the waves, and I can't go get them.
I can't swim.
It's just they're out there, and I'm looking at the waves, and I'm thinking to myself, how the hell am I supposed to get out there?
Get the hell out.
You know,
of
I
my
got this
house.
bum knee, and I can't get my hair wet.
You would think since the waves move towards shore, that the boogie boards would just come back.
Something's grabbing them. Grabbing them and pulling one under.
Get the fuck out of my house.
All right, I'm sorry. Can I have my sweatshirt back?
Take your bikini and get out of here.
It's a mankini.
Last game that I saw that I really liked was Hela. It's those 2 mice that are doing some cute platforming. The
It's
gameplay,
spelled like the Norse goddess.
yeah, like Kate Blanchett's character
Yeah.
in Borderlands.
I forgot about.
She's so hot.
Yeah.
That's when
Now
that's
that's a
when your
character.
fetish started.
No, it was Galadriel.
Well, as soon as that Thor trailer, when she puts her hands back and the horns came up,
Yeah.
that awakened something inside of you.
Well, Scary Galadriel was like the first time I'd seen Kate Blanchett.
It's like when you see fan art of your favorite character, but like done with emo makeup.
Yeah, sometimes that works.
Yeah. That's what your Google's a lot of that, isn't it, Tyler?
Every time it works.
But what if Yuna from Final Fantasy was emo?
She does look hot.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'd swim for her.
She's got like a tortured past. You know?
She probably likes a good music.
She's a pop star. But now she's
Not
in,
anymore.
Now she's in like Paramore or some.
Oh. I'm going to the library. I'll be back.
You're just drawing it in MS Paint with the mouse.
All right. Dylan, what's up with the Ninfrendo?
Ninfrendo's here.
Here's the news that Dylan hasn't read before.
No, I haven't.
I think you'll like it, though.
In Kyoto, the brand new Nintendo Museum will be opening October 2nd of this year.
That's in Japan.
You saw that in the library?
That's in
Civ
Japan.
6.
Did you know?
Yes, that's in Japan.
Did you know gaming? Did you know that the Nintendo Museum is in Japan? That's what all of them's are. Donkey Kongs, Mario's, even Yoshi's there.
Like and subscribe for more information about Kyoto.
Oh, they're all there and they're hanging out, and you can talk to them. So sorry. It was a long car ride. Got really bored.
So there's a museum.
Yes, and apparently there's a comprehensive tour with Mr. Shigeru Miyamoto, and it's available on YouTube, which I actually might check out. That seems really interesting.
I watched a good chunk of it. It's long and it's awesome. I mean, it's in a good way. I didn't watch the whole thing because I didn't want to sit there and watch it was a long video, but it's if you
How long are we talking?
probably 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's comprehensive. They have the full museum of the Nintendo history. They have a lot of stuff.
Rules.
Yeah, there is a long history. So
I'll watch the whole thing if he's the one guiding me around. That's great. A Pokemon trading card game player. That's not video games.
just that's the only we're talking about.
Has been eliminated from the World Championships after winning his quarterfinal match. Ian Robb made a jerk-off gesture and was retroactively removed from the tournament.
He did the thing?
He did that thing on camera.
Noting Brad, what a jerk-off. His opponent went on to win
What a jerk-off.
$50,000 in the whole tournament. You know, that's funny because I've got to tell you, that would have been me. I would have completely bungled that.
That dude, the guy he had already beat him, and then he did the jerk-off motion, and then he was eliminated retroactively. The guy that he beat went on to win the whole tournament and $50,000. So that doesn't mean he would have won, but it's like added insult.
If he had been wearing a large sweatshirt, none of this would have been a problem.
Tyler's dick is often out under his sweatshirts. If you didn't,
If he's doing it like this, though, if he's got it extended out.
no, have you seen the size of Tyler's sweatshirt?
I've,
He has a rodeo in there.
holy shit.
It trails me like a ball gown.
Get the fuck out of my sweatshirt.
I have to have people help me carry it. It's like a train.
Yeah, if you can't see the hand gesture, what are they going to do about
Yeah.
it?
Also-
Which finger's up? Which finger's up?
Yep.
You know?
Also, as long as you don't do the bleh part of it, like if you just do the motion, that's fine. You could be shaking dice, but if you do the bleh,
right, because it's not a
you
sin.
do the audio to it.
Well,
then-
it's not a sin until you come. So, you know, God's going to be cool with it.
God,
So as long as-
God says butts don't count.
God says as long as you goon hard enough.
So if he gooned the hand gesture, he could keep
exactly.
his Pokemon.
So
on.
yeah, he got eliminated.
That's awesome.
Just like Tyler in libraries.
All right. Then we have the Nintendo Direct, which featured Morsels, which looks fun as fuck.
Love morsels.
Yeah, that looked cool.
That looks very cool. Kind of it's kind of a CRT looking design.
It's got the scan lines are what really just jumps out at me. It's just
and honestly,
beautiful.
it still looks clear and concise. So I bet the precision gameplay will work.
And the gameplay looks varied. Like it jumps from certain gameplay styles around.
Well, you eat things to become the thing. Kind of Kirby style. That's what I know about the game.
It was kind of giving me like Inscription vibes with like the staticky look over the overlay, and then the characters gave me like Adult Swim vibes a little bit.
What term am I looking for like a creepypasta aesthetic? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, no, it's like retro horror essentially. That's what you're thinking.
Lo-fi horror.
Lo-fi horror, yeah.
Okay, because that's what I kind of get.
That's
I
very
get
popular
I
these
get
days.
Animal Well vibes, Inscription vibes from this.
The Sea of Stars DLC is coming out. That one actually kind of looks pretty fun. I didn't finish Sea of Stars. I don't know about you guys.
I am almost getting my Kickstarter rewards. They're in the mail right now.
That came out a while ago. Jesus Christ.
I know.
Pizza Tower's finally out on Switch. We chose the exact time for me to let you guys borrow.
No, that's fine.
Well, I'm glad you guys got to fuck around on it, so you have an opinion about it.
And now people can listen to the episode.
That's great. Tetris Forever looks fun.
It's fine. I don't need it.
I don't know. I've got Tetris Connect.
Tetris is one of my favorite games of all time. I fucking love it. But this is just like, remember all of the other Tetrises? They're all together in one package, which is fine. I'm not going to spend money on more Tetris when I have all the Tetris I need, unless they do something new. Tetris Effect 2 would get me back if they have
the same type of soundtrack.
Soundtrack and VR is what I want more of.
Me too.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
Tetris
awesome.
99 is the other twist. Competitive Tetris is the other twist that I like, and that's it. I don't need more.
Tetris Connect in VR is like meditation. You don't even really think. You just do it.
It's therapy.
It's great. Then we have the Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters coming March fucking 6th, 2025.
They haven't talked about these in a while.
I know, which means that there must have been some bungling going on.
Well, there was a lot of people thinking that they weren't, that they were getting canceled or something. My speculation was that they were simultaneously making announcements about it to try and detract from Ayuden Chronicle.
Right.
Because that was a competitor making something inspired by their IP. But it's because they suck. But no, it's still coming. This trailer is fine. It's one of those things where the new art style is almost more of a turnoff for me.
Whereas I don't quite think it looks good either.
The pixels are fine, but it's like when the new portraits for characters, they're still inspired by the original ones, but
it's too smooth.
I don't like it. I prefer it less smooth. Yeah, and otherwise, it's maybe fine. I'll wait until it's out. I will not pre-order it. And this is, I've emulated a couple times before a few different things.
I've played it on the Vita, and it looked the same as it does on the PlayStation.
And I still have the PS1 games, and that's still my preferred way to play them. We'll see how it is. I'll wait.
Then we have the Castlevania Dominus Collection, which compiles all of the DS Castlevania games, which is excellent.
The one with the girl looked good. I forget the name of it.
The Order of Ecclesia.
Yeah, I liked the look of that one.
These are all great. You can't go wrong with any handheld Metroidvania, unless you want to go Circle of the Moon. I own this, and I did dick around. My only critique is it's odd that, it's got the DS screens, so part of it's supposed to, like when you have the two screens, you can always see like the menu or the screen. So the way it's set up on this is your game screen where you have the main, the platforming, the fighting, is to the left of your Switch, and then there's two half screens on the right. And I don't like it not being centered. It feels weird to me.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think I'd get used to it. But then you also always have like a menu and a map available on the side, that's a trade-off. I don't know.
It is... the aspect ratio is always going to be crunched no matter what you did. So I think that's fine.
Yep. But that was a day one purchase, because you know what Nintendo does is they announce things and then they'll just release them that same day, which blows my fucking mind.
Yeah. Civ 7 was announced for the Switch. We talked about that earlier. It seems like a mistake.
It seems like it's going to set your Switch on fire.
It probably will.
Yeah.
It's so old anyway. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not. I would be surprised if this also didn't come out for the Switch too.
I think that's probably more feasible.
It's wild to me. This is on the Switch.
Civ 6, I have it on the Switch, by the way.
It chugs.
It is gross. The late game in that is like, why am I even doing this anymore?
And who's buying these things?
A lot of people.
Yeah?
Before I met Jordan, she had Civ 6 on the Switch.
I have Civ 6.
Does it work
on the
better
Switch.
docked?
No, it's terrible on the Switch. I only got it for car rides.
We're doing a Final Fantasy 12 episode not in a while, not too far away. And I was sitting there looking over ports to play FF12 on. And there's...
The Switch one is not bad.
You can play PS4, which is the Zodiac Age, but the newest version is on the Xbox and the Switch. The Xbox has 60 frames per second, and I'm like, that's good. But the New Game Plus mode sounds interesting. That's on both, but I'm doing the Switch because it looks very fun and great handheld. It is nice.
It's the best way to play it.
I have issues, though, with anything that requires cutscenes and dialogue and paying attention in handheld mode. It's harder for me.
I understand that one. And then finally, we have Yakuza Kiwami, which is the first Yakuza game remade.
Well, I don't know when.
And
When did Kiwami come out? Because that
2 years ago.
only 2 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago.
Okay,
3.
because it's a remake of like the 2002 game or whatever.
It's the first game. Yeah.
Yep.
The game called Yakuza, like the first one.
Yep, but it's
I have that.
the remade one that came out not long ago.
Kiwami means like fresh or new.
It's funny how that they have like the toddler announcers and have fun in Kamurocho. You can do other things like prostitution. Except they didn't. They said like singing and dancing.
I mean, I got to tell you, like
Beat up thugs.
that Nintendo Direct, I'm gonna pass it over to Chad Xbox.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Look, he's here.
I'm Chad Xbox, and I'm here to tell you about what's the future of gaming looking like. And it's on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
In a year after it's on Xbox. That's right. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is playable 3 days early on Xbox if you upgrade your Game Pass. Otherwise, just get your regular Game Pass and play it then.
Whoa! I have Ultimate, so I will be able to do this, but
Regardless, Xbox is an upgrade to those PlayStation ding-dongs.
I like how much he's into character right now.
Okay, this one's actually really cool. Doom 1 and Doom 2 are getting free enhanced versions with new features like original or enhanced soundtracks, 60 frames per second in 1080p, and up to 120 frames per second in 4K. And an all-new single-player episode has been created by individuals from id, Night Dive Studios, and Machine Games. Online deathmatch and co-op up to 16 players and 43 deathmatch levels. Available right now on Game Pass. You can go play on Game Pass. You can play 16 players online, Doom 1 and Doom 2.
that's fun.
It's fucking cool.
That's cool.
And 60 frames per second, 1080p. Supports community published mods as well.
Oh.
I don't know. It's I love old games getting free upgrades. That shit's fun.
That is actually cool. I'll give it a shot.
And that's the Xbox news.
That's it.
We're going to do some Game Pass talk. Added in August, Creatures of Ava, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy,
Whoa.
Mafia Definitive Edition, Atlas Fallen, and Doom 1 and 2.
Is the Mafia Definitive Edition the first one?
Yeah.
That game's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it. It's not as good as 2, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah. They the Mafia game, I believe, got added due to the announcement of the Old Country. And coming in September, we have Star Trucker, Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Frostpunk 2 I'm looking forward to. You would like Frostpunk 2.
It's been on my to-do list for a long
Frostpunk
time.
is really fucking good.
What is Frostpunk?
It's kind of like a city manager, but you're in a world that's kind of like Snowpiercer. So you have to like keep your citizens alive, fed, and also warm.
Have you ever seen the show?
Snowpiercer? No.
No, but I've seen the movie.
The movie's fantastic. I wasn't sure about the show.
The show's been on for a long time.
That's Bong Joon-ho, the movie?
The movie, yeah.
Fucking great.
The movie's so good.
I like the movie a lot.
Watching Chris Evans talk about eating babies.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's Captain America. Why is he eating a baby?
I know that they taste good.
They were so good.
That's like a hard monologue to deliver.
Yeah.
Flight Simulator 2024 is November. Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl is November. And Indiana Jones December.
Wait, Flight Simulator wasn't already on there still? Did they take that off and put that back on?
Maybe it's an update. I don't know.
Sure.
All right, Spartacus here.
Yeah, it's a Spartacus here.
We got to
Are you offering boogie board deals?
only for the ladies.
Oh, Tyler, it's me, Dylanina. I'd like a boogie board.
I won't be out boogie boarding with you. I don't swim.
You make sure to bring this one back this time.
When life gives you lemons, say fuck the lemons and bail.
I'm out of here, dude. Can I borrow your vape?
So, PlayStation is apparently having a state of play in September, which, today's September, isn't it?
It's coming.
Yeah.
It is September.
It's September 1st today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already here.
So,
God.
We'll have a little bit more news then. It's been kind of quiet on the PlayStation front, but added in August to Spartacus was Naruto to Boruto.
I'm gonna make sure.
I know what this is.
Dylan, help me out.
Boruto.
Boruto.
I'm gonna put in all
Shinobi
the
Striker.
Japanese words in your outline.
Naruto to Boruto. What is it?
Shinobi Striker.
Shinobi Striker. Okay.
Yeah.
It's one of the Shippuden. It's basically a fighting game. They're fine. Boruto is his child.
Naruto
has a
is
child.
not a child.
I thought he was a child.
No, he grew up and then he had a baby.
In anime, though, you're the same age for 20 years.
If all you watch is Pokemon, yeah, or Detective Conan,
You got me,
We
love that show, man.
dude. Misty.
She hasn't been on in a while, but sure.
If anybody could,
She might come back.
I don't think so. They retired Ash.
She also didn't. Okay, never mind. What else you got there?
Sword Art Online, Hollow Realization, Fatal Bullet. What is these words? This is the title of the game.
Well, those are 3 different games in the franchise. 3
okay,
or 4.
Hollow Realization, Fatal Bullet, Alicization, Lycoris,
Alicization.
and Last Recollection. I don't play Sword Art Online, so I don't know what any of that
Well,
means.
you can't because it's kind of a fake thing, but the games about it exist.
I had a friend who was really into it. I never got into it.
It's a really weird show.
Oh, that's the show.
Yeah.
I did watch that show. That's where you're in the game, right? And then I didn't
They
like
get
how
trapped there and put into comas because it links directly to the brain, and the guy who created it actually forces them to stay within the system itself.
I didn't like how they time jumped the levels. Like if they would have just taken their time and told the story, all of a sudden they were like level 1, that was cool, first episode cool, and then all of a sudden they're like way super far, and I'm like, slow down.
It's one of those.
You got time.
I'm trapped in another world as this, and it's always a video game, and this created
which
that.
we'll be talking about.
This created,
as a
yeah,
topic.
exactly. Well, this created that entire trend. It's called Isekai.
Is when you're trapped in another world. Mm-hmm. To me, it's when I was trying to think of how to describe the topic for this
It
episode.
might as well be Isekai. We might as well just change it.
Well, to me, I was thinking of the only thing I could think of was a kid in King Arthur's court when the Henry Rowan Gardner becomes
I thought you were going to talk about Black Knight.
Black Knight is
The Martin Lawrence vehicle.
which is just derivative from Kid in King Arthur's court. Let's be real here.
I mean, one's better than the other.
Black Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence is a treasure, dude.
God, I haven't seen that movie. in
Blue
so long.
Streak, awesome.
Yes.
Love Blue Streak.
Super underrated.
Not even underrated.
I haven't even seen
Well, it
it.
is because if it was a 10 out of 10, that'd be underrated.
Yeah, no, I just watched Blue Streak 2 months ago for the first time since I was a kid. I watched that, Con Air, and Bad Boys 2, and it was one of the greatest days ever.
Izeki.
Isekai.
The Witcher 3
Baruto.
Wild Hunt is coming to Spartacus. You should definitely play that. That's my favorite game that's ever been made. You should check that out.
It's a very good game.
Watch Dogs 2, Cult of the Lamb, another indie game that Dylan turned me on to. I really enjoyed that game.
Cult of the Lamb's very
You
good.
should check that out. And I think they just came out with a DLC for it, didn't they?
There's several.
Yeah, well, I think they just had a new one. I
Yeah,
saw it
I
advertised.
saw it.
Wild Hearts,
That one's good.
some
It's
classic
a Pikmin,
games,
It's a Pikmin clone.
classics added in August were Time Splitters 1, 2, and Future Perfect. Time Splitters, the first one, love that game.
Time Splitters 2 is the better one, though.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I only played a couple of them.
It's a bald guy.
Sword Art Online Last Song. How is that a classic?
Because it's from an older console, Tyler. You're the Spartacus.
I don't know, but Sword Art isn't that old, is it?
It came out in 2012, so.
I guess I'm just getting old.
We're old.
Vacation Simulator was added in VR, and that just sounds so fucking depressing.
I can't afford a real one. I'll just pretend.
What do you do this weekend? Maybe Costa Rica.
Vacation Simulator. I have to play this. I'll report back.
Actually match the drinks in real life, what you're having.
It's like I order a mojito, but they don't understand my language. So they give me like a rum and Coke, and I just go, but never mind. This is fine, too.
And you're drinking a High Life underneath that set.
Hey, I like rum and Cokes.
I do, too.
Coming in September, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. I don't think I'm going to play this.
I think you're going to play this.
I think you will.
Well, if it's
We both know you're lying.
if it's added to
everybody.
Spartacus and I don't have to pay for it, then yes, I'll try
It
it.
is.
That's what you're saying.
I know.
really what you're saying.
I read that now that I've caught up. It's coming in September.
All you have to do is catch that little ball.
Well, so imagine there's
It's got wings on it.
Spoiler warning.
There's a tweet that I saw a long time ago that Quidditch is a bullshit sport because imagine like you're at a basketball game and it's like neck and neck and it's really awesome. And then like the announcer comes over and they're like, all right, everybody, game's over. Gerald caught the magic frog in the parking lot. So
Well, it
the
turns
Nuggets
out
win.
Well, it turns out J.K. Rowling is a hack and always has been. So
Hack is being so generous.
I also believe that catching
The books are fine.
they are for
They're
children.
inventive, and I
The
don't.
adults that love them though. Come on,
It gets to a point.
you liked it when you were a kid. That's okay.
I even appreciated how they matured in the later ones, where it did become about like genocide, and then it turns out
that's cool.
she only supported some genocide.
She doesn't support
Genocide light.
genocide. She just doesn't want trans people to exist.
You're not lying.
I know. I'm literally saying everything that's true. I can't be sued for libel.
No, she's getting sued,
I know. That's fun.
and she's deleting tweets now. Mm-hmm. And Elon Musk is banned in Brazil.
Yeah, Brazil deleted Twitter.
That's awesome. I heard about that.
You're also getting Little Nightmares 2, MLB The Show 24, and Plucky Squire. Never heard of Plucky Squire. I think it's the sequel to Peaky Blinders. PS5 Pro planned to release in 2024. State of Play coming in September.
No, I'm not letting you get away with that one.
What?
That makes no fucking
Lucky Squire. I think it's Peaky Blinders.
I mean, that was a good riff. If only because I hated it. It was so funny. It's okay. It's okay.
Astrobot comes out in 5 days. That's a game I'm definitely going to play the fuck out of.
I forgot that was this soon.
I forget.
Yep.
I forget if it was the CEO. One of the higher ups at PlayStation was playing Astrobot recently, and then they put it down to like, now this is a game, which is like the best thing you can say after like this is a real game.
Fuck.
I'm excited. Astrobot's gonna be fucking awesome.
I have to go back to Spring Green this weekend. Fuck.
PS5 price
That
is
sounds
going,
like a Smash Brothers level. Going to Spring Green.
Spring Green, Wisconsin. It's where the house on the rock is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I know where that's at.
It's where my father-in-law lives. Don't look him up.
Well, I wasn't going to,
Okay.
but I'm even less likely to now.
He's recovering.
We're not asking for more information, Dylan.
Just telling you not to.
Get the fuck out of my Spring Green.
PlayStation 5 price to increase in Japan effective as of Monday,
They're
September
increasing
2nd.
the prices again.
Disk drive will be $550 and digital will be $500. Today's price increase is due to recent challenging external environment, including the current fluctuations in the global economic situation and the impact it will have on our business.
This is me getting kicked out of a trading card game.
He just did the jerk off.
He did the jerk off motion.
Yeah. Oh, this is fluctuating. Whatever. Just fucking figure out how to do it.
Yeah, normally
They sell these things at a loss anyway. It's just, I don't know, man. I think this is stupid. Especially the fact that they're prioritizing the American market, which they should technically in a business sense. But in Japan, all the video game prices are completely different based on like niche markets. So this makes sense.
Yeah.
at least it's not happening here.
Yeah.
Well, we already have ours, so we're fine.
My buddy's trying to buy one right now.
Can't find one again.
No, he's on the fence. He's like, do I wait for the Pro? Do I just
Wait for the Pro.
So, and the PlayStation 5 is officially getting an officially licensed 8 terabyte SSD, but it will cost you $1,000.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of money
No, I would never.
for 8 terabytes.
We're not going to do it, but there are people with money that will.
That's stupid. You can just go get one.
This is officially licensed.
This is the officially licensed SSD.
That's officially.
Perfect.
I
needed to say Sony on the side.
I had a Joker thumbstick that I plugged into my PlayStation 4 and stored games on that was like 12 gigs, and that did me just fine.
I buy Stanley stickers and I attach them to random water bottles and I just sell them for 5 times the price.
Yeah.
That's chaotic. You probably make a killing.
That's chaotic good.
Yes. Big dumb cups.
What have you guys been playing? Thanks for asking, Brad. I played a lot of Balatro today.
Why?
Because I was at a car ride.
Oh.
And I thought about playing Hades, and I didn't want to play anything that required a lot of extra attention. Because in a car ride with my lovely wife, and she likes to talk, I don't want to have headphones on and be listening to cutscenes about Vaughn and Pinello. So I played a lot of Balatro with the Friends of Jimbo update, and I'm confidently telling you, it has not changed a fucking thing about the game. Now your cards look a little different sometimes.
That's fun.
And it's fine. Besides
That's
that,
actually kind of cool. It kind of shakes things up.
It's
new animations and shit.
I actually haven't played it since the most recent update, which was a while ago. But there are actually some Jokers have been altered. This was like maybe 4 months ago that they that update, and still great. I played it for probably 3 hours today, and I started playing FF12, and I'm very into it right now. Very excited to talk about that game.
Start that.
We have like 2 months before we're gonna have that episode.
I know,
month and a half, but excited about that.
You're welcome to join us, Tyler. If you want.
If you have to play it,
you'd have to play it.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can get through the game relatively quick, but the true depth comes through.
What is the main character in 12's name?
Vaughn. Technically Bosch, but
Bosch
realistically,
or Ashley.
but realistically is Balthier.
Which one has the black dude with the bird in his hair?
13.
Okay, I played that one.
Okay.
What else have you been playing?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
I dick around here or there in a few games, but that's what I've been wanting to talk about. I finished Banana Rumble, Monkey Ball 200 stages. The last ones were some other fuckers, and I loved them. There was a few stages that I cared for less, but it's
solid outing.
It's Monkey Ball.
Yeah,
and
it's back.
It's back, baby. And there's there are some dud stages. I think if I were to rank them against the stages in Monkey Ball 1, all of them would be lesser than pretty much.
Sure.
Monkey Ball 1 didn't rely on a lot of moving pieces in the stages. It was just unique geometry and get around it.
That's kind of what I like too, yeah.
I prefer that. Yeah. And this one has a lot of 1,000 moving pieces sections, which is something that they really started doing in Monkey Ball 2. But
in Monkey Ball 2, it did seem better, though.
It's okay. Monkey Ball 2 is still great, and this one is a lot of fun just because it's responsive and twitchy.
Yeah.
And I can be navigating small ledges and weird jumps, and my thumbstick works.
Yeah.
In the precision that I want it to. One thing that they did add, which is kind of weird, is boosting. So you hold the B button down and you can charge a boost to increase your speed.
Which could be cool if you can line up like a shot.
And you can.
Yeah.
You can aim where you're going. You can charge up a boost and then like aim a different direction.
Like kind of curve it.
Kind of. And so like that changes everything.
Sure.
But great. 8.5 out of 10.
Wow, that's good though.
But that's from a Monkey Ball guy.
Still, that still means something because 8.5 does read as like a game I might want to play, and I love Monkey Ball as well.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
I wish you had it physical, but
they didn't have it physical when I bought it. But now I saw it like available for purchase at Target for like $35.
Fuck,
and I was very upset about it.
I might just get that.
Yeah, because I paid $50 digital, but that's the way it works.
God damn.
Get the fuck out of my Target.
Tyler.
I've been playing Black Myth Wukong, Chapter 3. I don't know how many hours that is. I'm enjoying it. I like the combat. It's we've already kind of talked about it, so I'm not going to go into super detail, but I'm enjoying it. Obviously, I give it an 8. But I've been really heavy into Baldur's Gate 3 because I am currently starting a Dungeons and Dragons night with some coworkers.
Are you going to be the dungeon master?
Eventually, but we got somebody more experienced than me going to start us off.
Very smart.
We are doing a Baldur's Gate 3 episode next for Raw Dogs, so this is good.
Yes. I'm playing my character that I'm going to be playing in my Dungeons and Dragons meetup.
Like
now,
so you're playing Asterion.
No, his name is Story Redbeard. He is a dwarven paladin.
Okay, tell me more about him. What's his history?
Yeah.
Story Redbeard is
his name is Story?
Stori.
Story.
No, it's Story.
Story.
Yeah, pronounced Story. His friends call him Book.
Does he have black hair and he covers part of his eye?
He's got very red hair, like a mohawk, and a very long red beard with tattoos up his neck and off the side of his head. He's a very handsome devil. He is.
I mean, all the dwarves look pretty fucked.
They're all very hot.
He's a handsome devil.
Fuckable, I meant to say.
That's what I mean too.
He took an oath of vengeance. He is sworn to eliminate evil and protect the weak and the less fortunate.
Controversial.
He's just your natural, like he.
You're not going to break your oath?
I have not so far.
Are you going to?
There's a moment where you probably will break your oath.
I know because you get the oath breaker, but
are you going to have sex with anyone?
Currently romancing Shadowheart.
Okay.
And
controversial.
Karlach always. Karlach. That's the end game is Karlach.
To Dylan, if you're not getting a beach from Anthara or having sex with a bear, you ain't fucking.
Frankly, I like
Lae'zel.
I like her a lot.
Sometimes I know what you're going to say. It's not
I like
often,
Lae'zel, but Karlach is a close.
I like Karlach the most. Lae'zel is
Karlach's got a better personality, but Lae'zel.
I've never had Minthara because I have a hard time in these games being mean.
Lae'zel is what turns you on. You like to get told what to do.
Lae'zel and Story don't really jive because she's very aggressive and he's more like every life it matters and we need to like figure out judgment on this bad boy. Naturally, I kind of align with Will. He's kind of my homie right now.
God, Will, the most boring character.
He's gotten no love during updates. They haven't. All the other characters are getting more added to him.
It's because he's boring.
Well, they're keeping him boring. They could do other things to try.
Yeah, they could try.
I don't know. It's a flat story arc.
Yeah, I haven't gotten very far into Act 2 with any character. So,
Bradley, can you explain your character? Can you give him like a personality? Did you play as something?
Good Lord, it's been a while. Tiefling. I like the Tieflings.
What was his name?
I'd have to check.
Brad.
Pickles.
Hey, this is Brad the Tiefling.
It wasn't Brad. It was
Pickles.
Bard.
Bard?
No, I don't know.
That's actually kind of interesting.
He was a wizard. He's a warlock, and
a warlock is not a wizard.
Well, I'd have to double check. But yeah, I was a wizard, and I did a lot of.
You said warlock ages ago, so it was a warlock.
I did a lot of virtuous stuff. I was a good boy. Mm-hmm. Shadowheart.
You chose Shadowheart.
Karlach was second. I wish I had done more to fuck with character classes earlier, but I didn't out of fear of ruining their storylines. Because I know if you were to change Shadowheart or Asterion away from some of their character classes, it can affect that. I did, a lot, almost 100% of the game, except for the things that you can't do without multiple playthroughs. I didn't have Minthara. I loved.
Apparently, there's a way to get Minthara now without being a bad boy.
They've changed that around. Mostly like a virtuous wizard who was like really turned off by Gale coming on very hard.
Yeah, he really wants to fuck you.
Dylan, if you're like, hey, there's this cool like anime show, you want to hang out?
Yeah,
and I'd be like, yeah, and then I show up and you're wearing like nothing. That's what Gale does, and to me, there's like
it's a little creepy.
There's a missing step.
Yes.
The naked man works like 1 out of every 3 times, though.
I will say, I was at the Renaissance Fair yesterday, and a guy at the joust was saying, and this is Sir Jason. He has the sigil of the bear.
He is profound in the sack.
And they said, this is the only way you can have both the choices of the man and the bear. And it was a little Baldur's Gate 3 cheeky reference to choosing who you wanted to fuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
My character, he was a gnome. His name is Pigeon, and he looks exactly like me, but as a gnome and skinnier. And what he would do is he would constantly just be like, "Come on, guys, why are we doing this?" Like, and it counted as being good. I would constantly question, like, "Why are we doing this? What's up with that?" Like, he was hyper logical. I basically played an autistic gnome. and like everyone was just like, yeah, but that's cool.
No. Are we doing the topic where it's us in the games now?
We might as well delve into this.
No, I'm just saying if we're talking about autistic gnomes.
Oh, well, what I would say, well, frankly, I would be a gnome because like I don't not suck at talking to people.
You're great.
That makes sense. But I guess I should get to what I'm playing.
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should.
I've been playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth over the weekend.
Because you didn't like the original one.
I found problems with it. I didn't like the combat in Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
The first one. Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon. And I said this probably ages ago, 2019, when we first had the podcast.
A while ago.
And I think they've really improved on basically everything. They've done it. And I'm more interested in the story because I already know the characters inside and out. And now you just get to have this weird adventure. I don't know why Kiryu's in it again, but...
Because they can't get rid of him.
He's supposedly dying of a fucking, like, incurable disease.
So 10 games from now, he'll die.
Well, here's the thing.
And then you're going to fight...
He's supposed to be 65 fucking years old, and he doesn't look like a 65 fucking...
And you're going to be fighting his ghost in the games after that.
Jesus Christ. There's a really interesting plot. I haven't gotten to Hawaii yet.
Oh, really?
I
thought the game started in Hawaii.
No, it doesn't.
Interesting.
The trailer would make you think, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't happen. So I've been playing that, and I've been having a good time, but I also have to, spend time with family and deal with some stuff. So
yeah.
Otherwise, what I've been playing, Black Myth, I've already expressed what I feel about that. And also some Forza Horizon 5.
Horchata 5.
It's really hard to get into that game after playing Gran Turismo 7 because the physics are completely different. And if I'm going to be honest, suck way worse.
Yeah. Well, I know you're high on Gran Turismo 7, so I think anything that's not Gran Turismo 7 would be disappointing.
But also the cars look like they go faster, which is kind of hot.
They have like more of room.
They have way more room.
The vroom.
It's not a simulator, baby. Also, I'm really tired of someone in the mini-map or like the map itself because you can type in your name, and if it's part of a database, they will address you as your name. Kind of like in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
They'll go, "Hello, Dylan. Welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. These are the new challenges popping up today." And I'm just like, shut up. Let me go to a place. Let me have a race.
Get the hell out of my game.
People aren't talking to me this much in Gran Turismo 7. I don't need you to call me by my name. In fact, there's no voice acting in Gran Turismo 7. I get to have this as an option. Shut the fuck up. Go away. I tried going through the menu to figuring out if I could turn off all these people. It's mind-boggling.
Well, should we take a quick break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be back to do our topic. And we're back, everybody. And we're here for the main topic of this episode. Isekai. Isekai.
Yes.
How we would actually survive in our current physical bodies in a video game.
How would Dylan do in a video game? How would Tyler do in that video game?
So I thought of a couple that I would one that I would absolutely thrive in.
What's that?
Lawn mowing simulator.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that's one that I would very
crush it.
I would confidently say
I haven't seen your line techniques, so I just don't believe that.
I have a good edge game.
So I'm told.
Yeah, I think we'd all do fine in Lawnmower
I think
Simulator.
we would all do pretty good in
No, I'm saying I would crush it.
I would more.
You would crush it.
I would prefer Power Washing Simulator myself because at least
I'm
I
not
can
as-
power wash, some of the machinery in FF7 or Shrek's little ogre home.
Yeah.
At least you can wash some fun stuff instead of with Lawn Mowing Simulator had like, and now we're going to the world of Back to the Future.
They have Dinosaur World.
Well, if you could like be the lawnmower simulator in Jurassic Park, and then there might be dinosaurs sometimes.
They're just watching you, waiting to kill you.
Dude, I missed my time with Lawnmower Simulator. Once I got the zero turn, it was kind of game over. Just got too easy.
That's a skill.
No, it's just a very expensive lawnmower. And I had like 2 employees working for me, so I was just raking in the dough.
Well, since you mentioned a simulator, Judge Tempest on the Discord immediately chimed in with, why does Goat Simulator 3 pop into my mind with his question? I would not do well in that universe.
Because the goat fucks shit up.
The goat fucks shit up, and I'd be living my own life, and the goat would just come. And
Does he really think that he could do okay in that universe?
It's not about whether or not we could do okay; it's how we would do.
But is he the goat? Is he pretending
Okay,
he's the
so
goat?
we're saying we're the goats. I would
No,
still
no,
hate
no,
it.
no, no.
No,
I
you-
wouldn't say he would be the goat because you couldn't be the goat. We're talking about the worlds. We're not the main characters.
Correct.
So he wouldn't be the goat. The goat could fuck everything up. He could fuck up your life.
I feel like I could physically
I
fight
killed
a
people.
goat.
And I can.
Not that goat.
No,
Maybe
dude,
not that goat.
I feel like you couldn't physically
I think I
fight a
could
goat.
fight a goat.
Those horns are pretty bad. I saw some goats this weekend.
Oh yeah, you got to watch out for the horns. But I'm saying I think I could fight a goat.
Oh, they're controlled by the devil, so enter at your own risk.
Yeah, that's true.
Dylan, what game do you want to talk about? What universe do you think?
Well, first of all, Gran Turismo 7. I think I'd do okay, even as a bystander, because there's not a lot of crashes that happen in that.
You'd be fucking Greg in the cafe.
I'd be
You
fucking
wouldn't be having
Greg in
sex
the
with Greg,
cafe.
but you would
No,
be
no.
Greg.
Yeah, you're right. I would be like,
You'd be the guy like, hey,
fucking
so
car's
you're,
pretty cool, huh?
you're driving that fast car out there, huh, buddy? And he's like, I'm just sitting here drinking my
do
coffee.
you want to hear all about it? Do you want to hear about it once you collect all 3 of the same matching set?
I was podcasting the other day about this car. You want to hear about it?
Yeah.
And the guy's like,
No. But also as like a bystander, I'd love to watch all these fucking cars race against each other. I'd be pleased as punch. It's so survivable. There's like no death in the game. It just seems like you get to go to really beautiful places and watch cars race. Like the mountains of like fucking goddamn Switzerland. You're just like, hey,
let's do something weird. Let's do a video game that's not a simulator.
okay.
Well, I did pick. It's kind of weird because we ended up randomly talking about it a lot. I tried to think of a game that is dangerous that I could feasibly survive, and I chose The Quarry
Okay.
because I feel like I would do just fine making decisions in high stress environments where shit's going crazy.
I mean, we're going to have to test that.
Well, it's one of those weird situations, though, where when you're playing the game, you know it's going to operate on horror movie logic to an extent.
Right.
Versus, like, if I was actually in a movie like The Descent or something, I would do much worse because you weren't put in situations where you're likely to make the good decisions. But with that logic of that universe, I think we would all do okay.
Yeah.
Because at least you and I are pretty big film guys. You as well, Dylan.
I am. I know a lot.
Yeah, I think we would all do okay. But would we have the stomach? Would we have the balls to survive? Because you still have to like open the door to go outside and deal with the shit.
I am able to disassociate a little bit when it comes to stressful situations,
Okay.
and so I feel like I would be okay.
You think so though? Like,
Well, I tried to, because the first game that came to mind was Grand Theft Auto. Like that's,
oh no, I wouldn't.
but that's a boring.
I'd be fine in that
discussion.
universe because I would just stay I just go to work. What's the worst that happens? Some guy rips me out of
I'd
my
just
car.
be Michael's
Yeah.
son, probably. It's
Yeah, that's a
You'd be
boring
Danny
discussion.
Tamborelli.
yeah, sure. I'd just be him.
So I was like, "What's an actual
He just
game
plays
that
games
has some
all day.
danger?"
I already see guys running around in their underwear stealing bikes. I work on North Ave.
Well, there's a difference between Grand Theft Auto 5 story
Yeah.
and Grand Theft Auto 5 online.
That's true.
There's a huge difference because if there's a bunch of fucking psychopaths running around, I don't think I'd survive. I think they'd just fucking kill me.
But I want to go.
But if I knew that they were around and I could be aware of them and they can't enter my house because it's literally locked for them to enter, I think I could survive.
Let's push the limits further, though.
Let's do it.
Outlast.
What happens in Outlast? I've never played it.
You're filming.
You're filming. Yeah, you have a camera. There's no combat. But so I was thinking Outlast 2. So you have to survive a helicopter crash immediately, and then you're thrown into like a civil war between two cults and your girlfriend. It's a very fucked up story.
I think I'd be bad.
I'd be bad.
I just run. I would just run. I'm fast
The
as fuck,
whiplash
boy.
from the helicopter crash would probably kill me.
I have a very serious question, and it's Dylan.
What?
Okay.
What are you putting me in?
You're in Death Stranding.
I think I'd do okay.
Tell me about Dylan and Death Stranding. What's your day-to-day? You work for...
That's a good
You
one.
work for the company?
I probably work in the underground facility.
Do you go outside often?
Unless I'm in a group, probably not. I am technically a team player, even though, everyone kind of considers me a lone wolf. But
So you're cool in the game as well.
well, I mean, I wouldn't be cool in the game. I'd literally be like, are they fucking around us? They're invisible. I'd also piss the most and crap the most to make bombs. And I'd be like, you can use mine.
Dude, you'd be the farm. They're like, we need more grenades. And you're just like eating cheese.
Just be like, I am lactose intolerant. Don't worry, guys.
I got
Are
this.
we out? Are we out? Do you guys need to be topped off? I'd just be going around. No,
after just watching the Mad Max Fury Road and seeing the milkers, you'd be a milker.
yeah, I'd be a milker. But it'd be like for shit and piss, and I'd just be like, you guys just gotta keep giving me alcohol, like, because I bet that's worse for them. Alcohol piss, probably worse.
Yeah.
And then I would probably like, I do think at the same time that if you had all that equipment, that a lot of people in that game are very dumb about how they go about approaching them. It doesn't seem like there's a shitload of protocol, just survive. And I'm very good at surviving something. So I would probably choose the coward's route, but it would work. If I had to sneak away, because the BTs move very slowly.
I would hate to be out there. Once the roads were all done and there was pretty safe roads, I'd be okay.
I think I'd go insane not looking at the sky, even if it was like because you don't get to see what it's like underground in that game.
You really don't. Yeah, you don't see barely anyone.
So I'm always imagining like a fake sky, like they have in like space colonies and
Or in
sci-fi.
like Hogwarts.
Well, that was my...
You were going to say Hogwarts Legacy?
Were you gonna?
No.
Oh.
Of course I'd do well.
I would just be an average
Vada
student.
Kedavra.
You got to put more gusto in
Dude,
it.
you'd get
I would show up
No,
with a
you don't
gun.
have to, but he would get expelled immediately.
I would have a gun. I could kill Voldemort from a kilometer.
Sniper Elite Hogwarts.
Honestly, he can't... He's like, oh, I'm a scary no-nose man.
Look at me, I'm a snake.
Look at me, I'm a silly snake. But like literally, I've always said like even like when I had to tease my ex, like I'd just be like, I could kill Voldemort, and it's like, yeah, I just get really good at shooting a gun.
I would probably befriend him and then like get in close to his inner circle.
You think he'd want you?
Could be very convincing. I'd be
No.
like, yo, Voldemort, you have a boogie board before?
Let me see that snake dick. I'll suck it. I swear.
He would smell you a mile away. He's like,
Yeah,
this is
dude.
a wholesome moral
I
dude.
cannot believe.
I don't
that.
trust.
Yo,
I don't trust your
You're
man.
showing up in a Hawaiian shirt.
A Hawaiian Ravenclaw shirt. He's like, get the fuck out of
Dude,
here.
it's like, what? You're supposed to wear black here.
A man
You
bun.
knew the dress code.
A man bun doesn't make you evil.
Yeah, that's true. He would sniff me out. My plan was to get close and then prison shank him a whole bunch.
Well, the good news is Hogwarts Legacy does not have Voldemort.
No,
How long would you survive in the world of Bloodborne?
Not long.
not long at all.
Those wolves would rip me apart in the first.
I would never go out.
No, I'd be the person inside going like, "Can you help? Hey, I'm speaking from a window. Hey, can you help me out here?"
I haven't had food in a long time, but
Like that little girl. I'd be that little girl.
And then you get eaten by a pig.
Exactly.
It hurt me a lot to admit the fact that I probably wouldn't last long in the Witcher universe.
Well, there's villages.
Oh, yeah, a griffin.
There's
would
villages,
snap
but there's
you up.
monsters. There's like civil war. There's like bad. It's just bad all the way around.
I listened to a few of the Witcher audiobooks, and they're fucking really good.
Yeah,
They're good, yeah.
Yeah.
A little misogynistic, but very good.
Yeah, I like the world though. I like the design,
Yeah.
and I would agree.
Yeah, because
Dark fantasy worlds, I'd like to imagine I'd do well, but I would get my ass kicked at the bar first night probably.
yeah, probably.
Oh yeah.
I
They didn't
am.
list me as a soldier, but they put me as a pikeman out front.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I would die.
Hold on a second. I just had a thought. I'm actually pretty fucking good at Gwent. So there is an avenue where I just become like a world famous Gwent player, and then I live a cushy lifestyle in Novigrad.
As long as you don't go to like the seedy bars for the big money because they're unregulated and you might get killed for beating someone.
Unless I have the coin to
Honestly,
hire a bodyguard.
Gwent in the game, it's pretty fair, and people tend to respect you. So he might actually be right on that.
Yeah, I might actually be able to carve out a life there.
Yeah. It's really weird that they use characters in real life within the internal logic of the game. So
Yeah,
you're
you
just
get a
like, yeah, you know
girl from-
Yennefer of Vengerberg, and they're going to be like, what? Who? Well, this card does like infinite damage. It's just
This is like an infinite damage card.
and they'll be like, all right, and everyone would be like, all right, that's fine because it's
That'd be
in-game
like,
logic.
That'd be like if like a trading card game now, there's like, and this one's George Bush.
Invasion of Iraq card
That's
Mission
series 3. That's series
paired
3.
with mission accomplished. You lose.
Mission accomplished. It's a false victory where you have to yield without winning.
Yeah, I could see that. I know they'd make me like a pikeman at the front of an enemy like line, or like at the front of like the army, and then immediately I just get like zapped or whatever.
I think if one of the worst deaths you could have in a video game is if you were in the Kingdom Hearts universe. I think getting killed by a Heartless would be really fucking demoralizing. Imagine.
Well, but then I'll have a nobody.
But whoa, Dylan, what's your nobody going to be like? Does he come back and start a new organization?
Dixlin.
Dixlin and Xanadil.
Xanadil, yeah. And and I
I just
don't know.
imagine getting squished by a little Heartless and turning into a bunch of balls bouncing around, and it made me feel really bad.
I just feel like I'd be okay in Organization 13. I'd be all right.
You'd move up pretty quick.
And I'd just keep commenting on how high up the chairs are.
You'd be like you'd be like the Black Noir of Organization 13. They're like, he's fine.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you. Dylan, you're cool.
And I'd just be like, what does it mean to live, guys? What are we doing here?
And everyone's like, oh, shit.
That's really deep, and I'm 12 years old.
I am handsome. That's awesome, Dylan. Good job.
It's great. Another one I think I could survive pretty well. Breath of the Wild.
Interesting.
That's good. I was thinking about Zelda.
Yeah, I think I could do Breath of the Wild pretty well. It doesn't seem like anyone's put in immediate danger, and also there's this guy running around with a sword, and he can manipulate gravity, and he tends to save everyone he meets.
You'd be a villager, probably.
Oh yeah, I'd be a villager.
Yeah.
I would honestly probably dedicate myself to like a cooking craft, and then I would help Link.
But you wouldn't be doing it to help Link. He just come to you as like, you're the guy that knows how to make cheese,
He's like,
right?
you're the one you're the one who makes the curry, right? And I'll be like, yeah. And he'll be like, great, I'm trying to climb this mountain. And I'm like, this will help you.
And you'd have a recipe like, if you want to know how to make something that will make anybody throw up, even your worst enemy, make this rancid cheese.
Well, it's also in game that if you stay within the village as Link or whatever, the villages aren't getting attacked. So all you have to do is hang out and just do a good job. That's something I can do.
Let's talk Resident Evil.
You know, I've been thinking
boy.
about it.
Now let's start with let's talk a few of them. Let's talk 4, 7, and 8.
4, 7, and 8.
So Resident Evil 4, we're in the village with Chris Redfield. Las Plagas. Is that Las Plagas?
With Chris Redfield?
No, that's
Leon Kennedy.
I
Kennedy.
was going to
should
say, what?
Okay, how would you guys do in Resident Evil 4?
I'm dead before the bell rings.
I think I would die very quickly.
Yeah.
I have no real... I can shoot guns, but I have no abilities about scrounging for ammo. I wouldn't know to pick this up out of a chest.
barrel, yeah.
If things aren't matched for me, I'd have trouble with that.
Well, you also have to think, though, if this is like you're actually in the world, then improvised weapons are a thing. So you can go balls crazy and just start hitting people with chairs and shit. And if the shotgun is still in the place that the shotgun's going to be, I'm going there first. And I have a shotgun. I'm proficient with a shotgun.
Now, let me tell you this. I don't leave the car.
I would be
And
with
I
those
turn
two
around.
guys in the car. No, Dylan,
fuck off.
you'd have your one government issue handgun. You'd shoot the two guys who drove you there and drove off.
I would go off the grid. That's exactly how that would work for me. I'd be like, I'm not going.
Where's our
You
operative?
can't make me.
Where's our operative, Dixlin?
Dixlin.
He's gone.
All of a sudden, instead of Leon Kennedy, it's Keon Lenedy selling boogie boards across the bay in Hawaii from me. And I'm
What
like,
are you-
who
Well,
the
it's
fuck is
Spain.
this guy?
Which boogie board are you renting?
What are you, boy?
What are you renting?
I imagine he'd be really sad if I didn't show up. Maybe I would be there just for the merchant, but I would also say, like, dog, you realize we're in a dire situation here? Just give me all your weaponry.
I am not surviving in 4.
I think I would survive 4 if I took the SUV and I turned it around and I went the opposite direction.
But it's a zombie outbreak.
I don't care.
We don't really know about the global zombie status.
Well, if
It
You're not-
it just seems to me that
according
the
to
only
Mila Jovovich movies, it's bad. But
Well,
according
the
to
only
games,
reason-
it's not as bad.
well, the only reason I'm there is to rescue the president's daughter, and I don't care about the president.
Yeah, or her daughter, or their daughter.
I don't know. He didn't have. I mean, am I rescuing Hunter Biden?
I would be more invested.
I'd be like,
I've
he's
seen
had
them-
a
I've
he's
seen
had a
them
rough
pics.
he's had a rough go. He's had a rough go. I gotta go get him. I gotta go get him.
Okay, Tyler, Resident Evil 7, you're dropped into
The Baker
homestead. You're outside. You have to go inside to find your girlfriend whom you love. What
Okay,
happens?
so if
You have no choice.
who also
I
saws
have no
off your
choice.
arm.
No,
Yes.
but you have to go in because the love of your life is in there. So we don't even have a choice.
I mean,
So imagine her name is Tyler.
No,
Well, hold up.
He would leave
It's got to
Tyler
be
there.
Mia. Well, I mean, like it. You know,
so all right, my love of my life is in the building. I mean, I feel like with the proper motivation, anything is possible. I could get in there and maybe. Do I know the series of events that is going to happen, or do I just walk in and start fucking shit up?
Well, it's like the game. You don't know. And
they force you to eat like decomposing meat on
Now,
the table.
I'm a very picky eater, so this is going to be real tough for me. And losing my hand is also going to be kind of a double whammy.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool because you get infected with like black mold.
I think at that point, though, I'm like,
I'm in.
I'm in.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
And I think at some point your adrenaline takes over, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which, you know, kind of that's based on. If you get in that situation where it's survive, you do shit you don't think you can do,
Yeah.
and you make big decisions.
Well, I'm thinking about the part where the black police officer is banging at the window.
Yeah.
And I would literally just say, like, don't try to come in here. Go and get a bunch of fucking help.
Yeah.
Right now. There's a lot of shit happening. Get the fuck out of here. Go make it happen. I will try and survive. If I do not.
You're that
at
Dylan
least-
guy who calls in all the time, right?
Exactly. I'm like, I won't talk to you, ACAB.
What does that mean?
All cops are bastards.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. From
No, you would have to, because he'd be like, whoa, hold on, what's going on? No, calm down. Just why don't you come outside and talk to me for a second? You'd have to straight up be like, I have hostages and a bomb. Go get everybody.
It's one of those things where you're screaming fire instead of rape because
I would have
people
literally
are more
said,
likely to run.
Well,
Yes.
here's what I would have said. I would have said, have you heard about the Umbrella Corporation? You remember all of that? That shit's happening here. Go find help.
You mean Umbrella, that great corporation that makes all the good medicine?
That nuked Raccoon City?
Listen here, man. I don't listen to
good reason.
Rihanna. Just why don't you step out?
Yes.
Get out of the car.
Okay, Resident Evil 8, we'll do one more. Oh, back to 7, though. I would survive maybe the first mansion, but not the games. When you get the games, I'd do horrible.
No, I do awful.
Resident Evil 8,
I'm dead pretty much right away.
we'll go dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Let's just do one specific spot in 8, the doll mansion with the baby.
I don't know if I'd even survive the car crash that leads to the opening of the game. I think I might survive the rifle butt to the head.
Yeah.
No,
But-
that's where I check out.
If I was in the haunted doll mansion and I had to solve a puzzle and get chased by a baby, I would be dead.
I probably would befriend the baby. I think I could.
Interesting
I would use the
strategy.
baby as an improvised weapon.
I would ride the baby into battle.
Like
Let's
a
talk.
dire wolf. Okay.
Dark Souls, I'm dead. I'm a hollow.
And Elden Ring.
I'm going to see the shiny golden knight guy. I'm going to be like, what's up, dude? Can you give me directions to the... And then dead.
I don't
Yeah,
think
he's
I-
going to hit you with his big axe.
I wouldn't survive anywhere there.
No, I'd be dead pretty much right away.
Cyberpunk 2077.
I didn't even think about this.
I'd become full cyber.
Oh, I'm thriving in this universe.
I would become a big gorilla man.
Because you think about it, any inadequacies that you have in terms of combat or intimidation or whatever you need to survive, as long as you can scrape together the money to get the cyberware to enhance that, like, yeah, you can't fight, get the gorilla hands, and then you can just fuck people up, or get the mantis blades. And I'd go full cyber, yeah. I'd be a cyber psycho.
Here's
by
the
the end
thing:
of it.
I would be Adam Smasher, but not rapey.
That's a good move, because the rapey thing is bad.
So I have never played a Cyberpunk. Adam Smasher, is that like a class of character?
He is a character. He's one
like
of the
a
main
villain.
villains in the
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
Okay.
He's this big guy. He's fully kitted out. And basically the only thing that still isn't cyber is his head, if I remember
I think it's
correctly.
just his face.
His face, but his brain's in there too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So he's fully kitted.
But the problem is he's rapey.
very.
he's extremely rapey.
You look like a piece of fuckable meat, is like the first line he
Yes.
says.
That's the first time you hear
That's a
about him.
bad thing to hear.
Yeah, it's very bad.
So if you were there in that universe,
I wouldn't be crossing paths with Adam Smasher, but I would.
is there a lot of non-violent people in Cyberpunk living their
quite a
lives?
few.
Yeah, I mean,
Judy?
it's
Judy's not.
yeah. Judy's not.
What would be the first part of your body you'd augment?
Probably my arms. Oh no, I'm sorry, my legs.
I'd get a new spine.
Super speed,
Yeah,
like being faster and being agile and being able to jump and move away. I feel like I could pull off a lot more heists just being fast.
I think that there's something that people don't take into account, though. Your legs, okay, they're perfect. You can sprint, you can jump, and the rest of my body is just having to deal with all that extra like landing and bouncing around.
They have dampeners,
but it's like-
canon within game.
It's a slippery slope, though, to where you'd want everything.
I feel like
That's what I would do.
You would want everything other than your head.
Pretty much, yeah.
Would you keep your wiener?
No, I would get a really great cyber wiener. What are you talking
I've
about?
never played the game.
But
I don't
then
know.
you run into the dude that tries to do that, and then his shit's all fucked up, and you gotta drive him to the doctor.
No,
you want to be
he
that
was,
guy?
He was trying to fuck a cyber thing. Do you
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that?
that's right. He was trying to fuck a cyber.
He
thing.
didn't have a cyber penis.
There's ads for cyber penises, though.
Yeah, but that's like sex toy
Yeah.
type shit.
See, the other thing I'm thinking though is if I don't try to become a legend, if I just want to live a normal life, like I'll just be a BD editor.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then I don't have to augment anything, and I can
Just create realities for
yeah,
people. That's
I just
cool.
augment BDs. This is my new. I want to live in that world. Take me
That's
to that
honestly
city.
pretty. That's not bad.
Yeah, whoever suggested. Did
It's
someone
kind of a
suggest that?
It's kind of a dystopian hell, though. It's not much different than what we're in.
And that was from Phil. Just Phil. Some random ones from Judge Tempest. Dredge.
No,
I'm afraid of the ocean. man.
I'm already mentally disabled. I just can't. I can't do that.
Harvest Moon. That just seems like a fun farming thing.
I'd prefer Stardew Valley, but I think I'd do all right in Stardew Valley.
yeah.
Earthbound.
I think I'd do very well in Earthbound.
No, Tyler and
think-
I haven't played that.
I haven't
don't
played
think.
Earthbound.
Tell us about how you do in Earthbound, Dylan.
So it is full. So it's basic. It's based around an alien invasion, and what they do is they corrupt things around them. So the world just becomes wackier, and they try to attack you. But if a little kid with a baseball bat can do it, I can do it. And if I was given psychic powers in this world,
What would your weapon be instead of like a yo-yo or a bat? What would you have that would be your like
AK-47.
quirky weapon?
man,
It's this quirky thing called an AK-47.
yeah. Never mind. I'm not going to.
I'd have a sawz. I'd actually bring my sawzall from work.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No,
Yeah.
it's. I have different blades I can put in there too,
That's,
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
I would probably choose.
and then my battery would run out of juice in the middle of a battle.
My father-in-law gave me these great walking sticks, and at the end of them is literally just the longest nail you've ever seen because it's meant to like hike in like dirt. And I would take that around and I would just poke people. Just poke them.
You're gonna be a horrible old man, Dylan.
I'll poke them and then they'll bleed out because the nail's this fucking long, sticking out of the bottom of these walking sticks. It's better than a baseball bat.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, maybe a machete. They're easy to find.
Yep. An axe handle.
Axe handle's pretty good.
Axe handle's
A
brutal.
hatchet, like a double hatchet in
Yeah.
Earthbound. I think I could. Well, here's the thing: in Earthbound, you pacify them. You're not supposed to kill them. Nobody dies in Earthbound except aliens. You pacify them by like turning them back, by kicking the shit out of them.
If I put somebody in a coma, they're pacified.
I'll use the sharp end on the aliens.
Please do not resist.
And I'll use the soft end on people I'm supposed to turn back into normal human beings.
Okay.
How about Baldur's Gate 3?
Yes.
I am fucked in D&D.
I think...
Do I have abilities like a D&D
I would
person?
do good if I was living in a big city. I think I would thrive there. I'd keep my head down. I know when to stay away from sketchy cults, stay away from questionable authority figures.
You also got to watch out for nighttime for vampires and shit.
I think I would do really good. I would run into vampire problems. I would be up too late at the bar.
Yeah.
And somebody would say, hey, dude, we're going to my place to play some cool game. I'm like, let's go. I'm in.
Yeah. And then the next thing you know,
I think I would be a bard in that world in general.
Yeah.
If I don't have TV or video games, I would just learn an instrument.
I'd be some sort of a tinkerer. I'd be like a gnome,
sense.
like making something.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think that I would probably be a warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A what warlock?
This boogie board rides itself, bro.
Just a human.
Probably just a human warlock. I could definitely see myself like trying to like not say yes to a devil, and they're like, "Don't you like the Black Parade?" And I'm like, "What? What's an Eldritch Blast? I can do that. Misty Step? Sign me up."
It's not bad.
Yeah.
The only spell I would really want to learn is Featherfall.
That'd be cool.
The thing is with a world,
I would just jump off of shit.
Well, what
and
about
use
guidance?
that'd be the best spell. That'd be the only spell I'd go to magic school for is learn Featherfall, so I could just jump from places.
The amount of times I've used it in Baldur's Gate 3 is really interesting.
You can do a lot of weird skipping.
Yeah.
And
That's what I've done.
I've only recently learned that. I never did it when I played, but
I did it my first run. Just kidding.
Guidance would be a good spell. Like
Guidance is good.
getting a bonus on any check that you have to do.
or any spell that would make me have like more charisma and
Charm person.
Yeah, just charm person. Like, hey, can I get a better deal on this? And they're like, yeah, sure.
I also like the idea of putting someone asleep from afar.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool spell.
That's people that listen to our podcast say that happens all the time.
Oh boy. 5 stars. iTunes or whatever.
Best
They're already
white
asleep,
noise
dude.
podcast ever.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Another interesting world. Did you guys ever play We Happy Few?
No.
It's like a dystopian.
It's kind of a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah,
shit.
where like everybody's on happy pills, and then you stop taking the happy pills, and it's like everybody's
So
on the happy
Clockwork.
pills.
This is more THX 1138 than a Clockwork Orange from what I'm
whatever.
hearing.
But like you take the happy pills, and like you guys are all eating a birthday cake, but then you don't take the happy pills, and the same cake they're like eating a dead dog. Like,
okay.
So when you're
Soylent Green is people.
yeah, when you stop taking the pills, you can see reality for what it is, and then these weird clown police officers try to chase you down.
Yeah, they've got silly masks.
Yeah,
How would you do in The Last of Us, Tyler?
I do good. I do great.
This is just like zombie survival, though, right?
I mean, well, it depends. Like, am I getting dropped in Jackson, or am I in Boston? Am I in another city?
You're in Milwaukee.
I'm in Milwaukee.
Do we know what happens in Milwaukee in The Last of Us?
No, we don't.
No.
We don't
I-
know anything?
I did write a little bit of fan fiction as like an exercise about
That's-
something that happens outside of Milwaukee.
Tyler had great hair.
No, it was 2 brothers that were like in a nomad group.
Is it Tyler and Justin?
No, it was Thomas and Derek, I think.
It was Thomas and Jarek.
Jarek. No, if I hit writer's block, I usually take a world that I like and I write a short story. in
That's
it.
fine. No, that's perfectly.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is actually
Yeah.
the way to do it.
Because all of a sudden the rules are all defined for me and I don't have to come up for
And
them.
you just change the names.
Yeah. The Last of Us, I probably
It's like
do pretty good.
Twilight.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've shot handguns before. I've shot a lot of different guns before. I'm not the best shot, but I know how to ride a horse. I did it a long time ago, so I could get around that way. But if I'm in Jackson, like I could just find a trade. I'd probably just be the bartender that like hangs out and chills. All of a sudden, bunch of
There's a lot of opportunities to live a cool life in The Last of Us universe.
you just got to make it to a place that's safe.
Yeah.
And that isn't like completely military controlled.
Yeah, like Jackson would be perfect.
Jackson would be awesome.
Near Automata.
Dead.
Dead. We've actually
I mean, it
already
takes
dead.
place-
As Ryan said, he's like, you're already dead. In
Yeah,
the
that-
universe.
I'd just be dead. It kills all biological entities.
Which Final Fantasy universe would you want to live in?
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
I would probably say...
I like Ivalice. I like that aesthetic. I like Sky Pirates. It's got the right level of technology and like Renaissance architecture. Good magic. I think that's a kind of a sweet spot. Vieira, am I right?
I'm leaning 10 or 15.
10 or 15.
Because if I go 10, I get to go to
Spear is good.
Yeah, I get to go to Spira and see some Blitzball games.
Dude, you could be a Blitzball announcer.
Dude, it would be so,
You'd be in the ESPN Blitzball circuit.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite.
The Luka goers are overrated as fuck this year.
They got no defense. Keepa got traded away. They don't even have, they got nothing going on.
Nothing going on this year. All in on the Guado glories.
I guess I have to choose 8 because...
You're biased as fuck about it.
It's not even that. It's that the world isn't always in immediate, like, environmental danger. It's all human-based danger. So if you think about it, like, the only times that the world is threatened is when someone's going to shoot missiles. That's what we live in our daily lives. And then there's a school that flies around. I wouldn't be probably a part of the school, but at least I could... Because those towns seem pretty fucking chill in 8. They're not too worried about horse shit.
No, they have a good card game. They have Who would you most want to hang out with from the party? Quistis?
Probably. Honestly, probably Selfie.
Yeah.
She seems like she can hang. She seems like she'd be fun. I would tell her haircut sucks and to change it. Otherwise, I'm like, Selfie.
Phil E says Leisure Suit Larry.
No,
I don't want to live in that world.
It's already about that game is already about being a loser.
I guess there's probably other places in the universe that's not about that.
I don't think so because everyone's kind of horny in that game.
I wouldn't need my sweatshirt anymore.
No, you wouldn't.
Street Fighter 6?
Oh boy.
I
actually think I would do okay in Street Fighter 6.
Until someone runs up to you and challenges you to a fight and you can't say no.
But what I would do is I would carry my big stick with the big pointy end.
Oh, you brought it.
And then I'd be like, don't come close. Don't come close. You'll get stabbed. And then they'll be like, what? I thought we were fighting with our fists. And I'll be like, no, don't come close. You're going to get stabbed.
But then some Dalsim would Mr. Fantastic your ass about it.
But then I'll stab his arm into the ground and I'll run up it really cool Legolas style. And then I'll kick him in the face.
The fact that we haven't had a Street Fighter movie where someone runs up Dalsim's arm and kicks him in the face.
That's honestly cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's cool. No, but honestly, I'd be like, he tries to punch, and I just go, yeah. And he's like, oh, fuck. Even though he's like a yoga master. And then he's like all distracted, and he's just like, oh, I can't move. And then he he unstretches. And then he just slides back in, and I just beat the shit out of him.
We are forgetting one that is probably would be super pleasant and a lot of fun for everybody involved.
What?
Pokemon.
Oh, no, that's actually scary.
I think I would have a blast in Pokemon.
No, you're wrong, Dylan. You'd love it. You'd be there 5 seconds and you'd be invested. I would love it. I would love it.
Well, I'd be fucking better than both of you, and I would leave you in the dust.
I disagree. At some point, having knowledge of the universe isn't better than getting out there and having the skills to survive there. And you'd be sitting there like, did you know Charizard is this? And I'd be like, yeah, I know.
I feel like
you don't think I can survive out there?
I'm just saying, okay, if us three were all out there,
I would probably be more equipped.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you right now, I'm getting a Bulbasaur. I'm getting a single family home. I'm finding myself a wife, and I'm just settling down with a pet Bulbasaur.
Dang, I think you win. That's really good.
I would become a Pokemon master.
You would? Well, I mean, it's less danger. You're not in danger yourself unless you piss off Team Rocket and they might mess up you personally.
Yeah, but they're just dudes with whips who treat Pokemon badly, and I think I'd be really against that.
Yeah. I would like to live in the Pokemon world.
Actually, gold and silver specifically.
Oh, yeah. That's my jam.
I'd go for the first one just to keep it simple for me.
I'm a simple man.
where one pathway leads to the next town. Yeah,
Can you pet a Moltres? I don't know. Probably not.
you can. I have in the game.
So, whoa. What was it
Moltres
like?
can control the intensity of the heat of its flame,
Yeah,
much
you-
like
you
other
are-
fire Pokemon.
Dylan, you are very good at Pokemon. I will say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like with Charmander. Charmander can choose not to burn you with its fire.
That's sweet of him.
But he also can choose to burn you with his fire.
Well, see, if I get Bulbasaur and then like I'm having trouble sleeping one night, sleep powder, boom,
Yeah.
utilitarian.
How
Like,
far would...
Not might wake up in time.
Oh, I'd be fine.
How about Metroid? We're all fucked, right?
Yeah, I'm
dead.
fucked.
Metroid, I think if we actually were there, it would be extreme horror instead of fun video game.
Well, it's essentially like the Alien movies, but all the time.
It seems so much fun though on a Super Nintendo. Whereas I think if we lived there, it would be a billion times worse.
It'd be like Dead Space.
I would hate it.
Yeah, Dead
Oh,
Space.
Dead Space would
I'd
fuck
be
me
dead
up.
so fast.
Would you guys enter a punch out ring?
No,
No.
Glass Joe could probably kick the shit out of me.
I wouldn't even want to deal with it.
It's been a long time since I've been punched in the face, and I would like to keep it that way.
Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers. It depends on what I'm doing. I'm hanging out with the Toads.
You're Mr. Toad.
I'm the court jester of Princess Toadstool, and I am like, listen, man, I don't even want to be. Mario shows up and he's talking to Toad, and then it's me in the background just doing a shrug, like I don't even want to be here. I don't know what's happening. Who's the big turtle lizard?
If you had to go save Princess from Bowser, how would you do?
Really poorly.
I have a leg
I'm
up
not
on
as
both of you.
athletic as Mario.
Well-
if it were based on body type and I could act like Mario,
I feel like, well, it depends on where we're at. Because like the early worlds, I can jump some holes. You know, I'm
Sure.
good at jumping a regular size hole and dodging animals that are not too threatening.
like turtles.
But once you get to the Hammer Bros, dudes that are just like wearing helmets and throwing hammers at you,
Oh yeah.
and those long jumps, I'd be pretty scared.
As another Italian, I just feel like naturally this is in my DNA,
Oh, okay.
in order to execute
Tyler-o.
the mission. Yeah,
Tyler-o.
let's go. And then I just
No,
like,
what's your
take off.
what's your new catchphrase?
Let's
I will try.
let's a boogie.
Let's a boogie. I'ma do my best.
I'm gonna do my best.
I could do really well in the Metal Gear Solid universe because I wouldn't be involved in any of that. I would just be at home and being like, they crashed a thing into New York. They crashed a giant.
You're drinking coffee, honey. Did you see this?
I'll be like, what the fuck? And it's the president is a clone. That's fucked up.
Shit's getting wild out there.
I voted for him.
But then you'd be like, I got some cheese the other day from the store.
Then it would just literally just go back to whatever. It's just like, I'll vote differently next time.
Well, have you seen the new episode? Yeah. Mortal Kombat?
I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm getting my spine ripped out of my asshole.
Or
real quick.
am I Outworld or am I Earthrealm?
Okay. If you have to enter the tournament, who do you want to fight in Mortal Kombat for the best chance? I think I'd do bad anyway.
I'm going to do
it.
bad regardless. I'm going just for clout. I'm fighting Scorpion because if I'm going to die, I might as well die awesome.
I would probably fight Bo
Yeah.
Rai Cho first, and I would titty twist him so hard that he screams.
You challenge him to a drinking contest and just pray you did okay.
I know I'd do better than him. I'd be like, you ever seen a mucus fart? And I would drink so much that I have mucusy farts.
Conversely, I think I might go against Sub-Zero because at least if I'm frozen, it won't hurt when I die as
You
much.
can
in those
use
spots.
absolute zero on you, which means you just explode.
I'm pretty sure freezing hurts immensely.
I think that you lose all feeling.
He's not sub-hypothermia, where you suddenly drift off into like nothingness.
Yeah, no, you're just going to, it's going to be like when you get, what is it? The really cold gas on your hand.
Oh, yeah. Nitrogen.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot.
Well, I'm going to win, so it won't matter.
You would win against Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Flamethrower.
Somersault.
You just roll at it like several times. He's like, "Did you see that? I did it 3 times."
Sub-Zero just
I did
backs
it.
away
I did
scared.
it. Yeah, Sub-Zero was like, "I quit, man."
I'm done. I can't. No. I will not.
I fucking love that. That's really good. I kept thinking about other ones on the drive back today, and I was like, there's so many universes I could survive just by being normal. And it's just like I could list them like all the time, and it's just so easy because it's like, well, if I'm like the meat vendor in Red Dead Redemption 2, no one's going to want to kill me because I know how to make the good cuts.
Yeah, I would do great in Valentine.
I would do awesome. It probably smells like shit, but
Probably.
Yeah.
I'd be one of the ladies who washes Arthur, and I'd be like, "You want me to help?"
Do you want a special
I don't know
bath?
if Arthur would want you to wash him, Dylan.
He hasn't met me yet.
The confidence in that answer was astounding.
I want to touch that man.
We haven't talked about one very important game, and that's Sonic the Hedgehog.
I guess I do fine. I don't know.
I don't like all the loop-de-loops, and I know I can't run fast enough.
I
to
wouldn't
go
be
around
able
them.
to travel.
I wouldn't be able to go anywhere.
What you do is you go up one part of the loop-de-loop and just step over to the other end of the loop-de-loop
like-
and keep walking.
I'd just be like, "Oh my god!" I would maybe be more like Knuckles, where I can climb it, but then I would just be exhausted all the time.
Wait, hold on. Does Chris Chan exist in the Sonic
No,
universe?
that's
is-
Sonic Chew.
I know, but that's half.
This is a weird question.
Well, Chris Chan just got arrested, and I watched the body cam footage. It's fucking
He
hilarious.
got arrested again.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
He got arrested, and then he farts at one point
This is about
in the
to come-
hotel room.
We're about to enter Doggies After Dark.
All right,
territory.
we'll save
Oh
it
my
for
God.
doggies.
We're gonna save this for doggies.
Is there
'cause
any other games that we should talk about? Disco Elysium?
I think I'd do.
I never
all right.
played it.
I think I'd do okay.
Reykjavik?
Just keep my head down.
I would keep my head down. I would probably throw Cuneo over a side of the map.
Kentucky Route Zero?
Oh, I mean, we're already living in that.
Could you imagine being stuck in like NBA 2K, but you're not a player, you're just a fan, and there's no outside world? It's just your life is just sitting
just
watching.
waiting.
That's Black Mirror,
basketball
dude. You're
games.
just watching a Black Mirror
Oh
episode.
god, I like basketball as
You're
much
just
as the
sitting
next
there
guy, but
twiddling your thumbs. You got nothing to do. You look around at the people around you. Should I kill him? Should I have sex with him?
I feel
What
like
am I doing?
we've talked about all of the big ones we need to.
Well, it's just one of those things where it's like if you actually got dropped into a video game that was predicated on the idea that you are a real person being dropped into these, like Sword Art Online,
yeah.
which I can recommend the first 12 episodes of, but anything else, I would just say go do something else.
I'd be good at Monkey Ball if I wasn't in the ball.
But what would that mean? You're just a guy living on a monkey island?
If it was just me having to like cross a path, even if it was super narrow, I could get across that narrow path. If I was in a ball, though, I'd be fucked.
Because that's the whole point.
I know.
But
They
knowing
force
your-
them to do that.
At least you know your limitations.
Could you imagine a real life monkey ball course? That'd be fun.
There's a
If it was like the beginner mode, I'd do beginner mode.
So it's basically like, what's that show? Wipeout?
Yeah, I'd definitely do it.
Wipeout
I think
looks
you could
like fun.
just enter Wipeout and experience some level of monkey ball type shit.
Could you guys escape Hades?
No.
But when you die, you come back.
That doesn't help.
But I would experience. I would get used to it. I'd figure it out. And worst case scenario, I just hang out with the 3-headed dog and I try to
You just pet the dog.
chat up the first lady. I forget her name. You run into.
Oh, yeah.
Megara?
Megara. Yeah.
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 She's beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like we covered it all. Mass Effect? Do you guys want to talk about? I'd do fine in Mass Effect. I would thrive.
I'd live on the
I think
Citadel.
you would. Yeah. I actually agree with that. Yeah.
You're an electrician.
I know
in
what
space.
it's just talking with people and like interfacing with the job. I'd be fine.
I keep thinking about ones I would survive well in. The Elder Scrolls, I actually think I would do okay.
I would be careful traveling. I would hire someone a warrior to travel with me in case something happened.
Sure.
But I also wouldn't do a lot of traveling. If I was in Windhelm, I'd be in Windhelm.
Well, I'd be an Argonian and I'd just live underwater the whole time.
Yes, I'm underwater now. You can't get me.
Can't find me. You can't find me.
And I'm like, will you be my cat? He's like, I'm a Khajiit. I'm not a cat. I was like, I'll give you some milk.
I'll go elsewhere.
Khajiit has wares if you have milk. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much everything.
Maybe Persona. I think I could do all right if I had Persona
You
powers.
do great in Persona.
Yeah, I'd do all right.
Yeah.
I'm good at that style of RPG.
Well,
so.
I'm just happy that I discovered that I would probably be all right playing Gwent in the Witcher world.
Yeah.
I'd be just fine.
This was a really fun topic.
It's interesting. Yeah.
I think it's really good.
And I think that we learned we don't want to do any hardcore real survival.
No.
I think what we learned is that we're very honest with ourselves and that we don't have a very high opinion of ourselves.
No, we do. We have a very realistic opinion of ourselves.
That's correct. That's how I'm going to portray that.
Well, thank you so much for listening. If you're listening this far, you should be. We have so many wonderful episodes that are exclusive to Patreon. Check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast. Special thanks to executive producers Ryan Christianik, Kipper, Brian Ward, Jordan Hoff, Phil Wright, Phil Just Phil, Bryant Ross, Kelly Gutowski, Justin Melly, and Imagine Wagons 69420. And write a review if you have a chance. It would mean a lot to us. It helps with the algorithm. And what video games would you want to be in or not want to be in, and why?
Tell us on our socials.
We want to know.
I do.
We're going to do a Doggies After Dark.
Yes, we are.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Well, bye.
If I can't play as an inbred Harkonnen, I don't want to touch it.